Hi, friends. Yeah, welcome into the firm of Harris and Marang. Patrick Harris with you. That's Danny Marang to my left. Casey Smith, lowercase, back there on the ones and twos, holding the beats down. Happy little Monday. An abbreviated week for one Mr. Marang. You haven't even said anything about it to me today, and that's like a record time.
Brother,
You've been here for like 35 seconds and didn't even say anything.
Oh, I've been here longer than that. Come on now.
Okay, 10 minutes.
I got here just after 9. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. And I was only running a little behind today.
What do you got going on this week?
Well, I'm here today, tomorrow, and then after that, I'm disappearing for a week. So, yeah, we got the Second Street of Dreams event on Thursday. So my fiance, for at least the next 6 days, is baking like crazy. You got to sample a macaron.
Macaron, I do love fresh pâtisserie.
She was very worried because she tweaked a little something in the buttercream.
I think it's good. I think it's great.
Rousing reviews, everybody that I brought them into. So, babe, I didn't text you yet, but there you go. Everyone loved them. But yeah, we've got to do that event on Thursday, and then we got the wedding on Sunday, man. So we went up to the venue on Saturday, made our wine selections.
Wow.
I tell you what, man. They got some good wine up there.
All right.
They got some good wine up there. So, did the last like walkthrough of how, because it's an outdoor venue and it's on the kind of cliffside. So, she's going to be in heels. So where she's walking out from kind of goes downhill. So we wanted to make sure like, hey, until you get to this point, you're going to want to have somebody probably help you down here.
How often does she wear heels?
Not that often.
My wife would wear heels 99% of the time.
Really?
Oh yeah.
She's not awkward in them at all, but she's not wearing like stilettos. Like that's not happening. So
Oh, yeah. My wife would wear those all day, every day.
Wow.
Yeah.
Really?
She a classy bee.
Just likes being in them.
She is a classy bee.
No, my feet. No, I wouldn't want anything other than what I have on my feet.
Well, there's two things I wanted to share with you. One, my wife and I are not going to Bend before your wedding.
Oh, there you go.
So we will be driving from the great city of Vancouver, but also Casey Smith and I have discovered what we are wearing to your wedding.
Oh, nice.
And that will be revealed in the Big Nooner on Friday.
There you go.
Yes, it will.
I did tell her what we talked about, the social post, and she was like, that's fine, but on Sunday, better come correct.
Yeah, we'll see.
You're not traveling the furthest. Her dad is.
Okay.
But everybody outside of you and her father,
Everyone's local?
Everyone's local. I mean, the venue's 5 miles from our place. Like, I asked her that, like, how many people get married this close to where they live? I feel like people.
I got married on 82nd.
Oh, did you?
Mm-hmm.
I always feel like it's always been
right there between
further.
the Taco Bell and the homeless camp.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice. What was the venue?
Rossi Farms.
Okay.
Cool little spot. It's like an old West town there. It was rad.
What's crazy is when we were looking at venues, Mount Hood Meadows has wedding services in the summertime, and they were unimaginably beautiful. And
I think when I left on Friday, someone was out there taking bridesmaids and wedding photos.
Yeah, it's crazy
it's
out.
The season for it.
It's gorgeous on the mountain, but guess what? There's a giant wildfire like 10 miles away.
I just drove through the pass. It's fine. There's no smoke there.
Yeah, 35 was closed though.
Oh, but 26 wasn't?
Yeah, well, it closes there.
Yeah.
So, and they're still worried about that. And I started thinking like, thank you, God. Thank you that we did not go to Mount Hood Meadows because it could have been a complete and utter disaster piece.
So you're going to want to tune in Friday on the Big Nooner.
There you go.
Casey and I will don our outfits.
Ooh. Oh, you're actually going to wear them in here.
We're actually going to wear them.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Just, babe, don't watch.
This will be for the
Or
YouTube
watch.
folks.
It's for the YouTube folks. Yeah. We should have astronomical numbers Friday for YouTube.
I like it. And then I'll be gone until Thursday.
Will we talk sports Friday at noon? Doubtful. Doubtful.
It'll be the reveal.
It'll be the big reveal.
But it's Friday, so.
But we got to be quick because we got to turn and burn, from Web Gems into the Big Nooner.
There you go.
So we only got, maybe we'll cut early and get permission from the brand man to like throw a couple minute promos in there or something.
We'll see how quickly I get through that update, and we'll see at the top of the hour.
Are you going to do the update and then change?
That's some timing.
Because I'm probably going to change while your update's going on.
We'll think about that logistics on Friday.
Just pull the blinds down in here.
It's so great, dude.
It might not be that difficult to get on and off, so we'll see.
There you go. Okay. Is Is this the one we've discussed?
I think so.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Casey brought it to me, my attention this morning, and let me tell you what, I am pretty stoked about this.
No. If it's the one I think it is, that's a banger.
Yeah.
I'm down. But yeah, no, it's
full Winnie the Pooh in it.
Oh, that would be awesome.
Yeah.
What if we Winnie the Pooh'd it to your wedding?
I mean,
Just a shirt and no pants? Up,
No
down,
shirt,
up,
just a tie.
down.
one of the things that I found out was when I sent out the invites, I did not put a tire on there. So I've had a bunch of people ask.
You know what? It's funny you mentioned that. The
Yeah.
wife and I were having that conversation last night, and I said, here's everything I can tell you. I started reading the Matthew quote, and she finished it for me. She knew that. And she goes, what are we supposed to wear? And I was like, I don't know.
I have free consultation to this months in advance.
Yeah.
Up,
just for this
down,
exact
up,
reason.
down.
Yeah, it was an oversight on my part, and I was like, oh crap. So I've had everybody ask, and like, you don't need to be suited and booted. Like getting my family anything outside of a shirt with 2 buttons. This is an achievement. Like that's not how we get down.
Should I show up full Raider gear?
I mean, spike shoulder pads and everything. Yeah, no, I mean,
Face painting and all?
do it. Just have some fun with it. She will. Yeah, so Tiff, she's in the YouTube right now, so be careful.
Up,
She's
down.
all caps.
Touch the ground,
It might not
puts
even be
me
that
in
difficult to
the
get on and
mood.
off. What are you talking about here?
I am stout, round and I have found. Yes.
Speaking poundage wise.
Yes.
Yeah, no. So everything is pretty much focused on those 2 things right now. The event on Thursday, which I'd say she's got mostly done so far. That's decoration and that stuff. And
Whoa. You are not focused on who the starting quarterback of Washington State's going to be?
No.
Because you sure bring it up to me a lot.
Well, it's because you have 3.
Huh? Yeah.
So, there's
2
that.
guys doing one job. We got to do something about that.
Well, I got 3, man.
You got 3.
I got 3.
And one of them's your size.
Is he? Is he my size?
Yeah.
That'd be tough.
He's tiny.
If they say Drew Brees at 6 foot can't see over the line, I think at 5'6" you're gonna have some big difficulties.
Also, I don't think Drew Brees is 6 foot.
You think he's shorter?
I think he's shorter.
Okay.
It's like Russ was listed at 5'11". I've been next to Russ, and I'm like, you're not taller than me, Russ. You're not taller than me.
I've never been close to Russell Wilson. No desire.
Nah.
I can feel the cringe from the thousands of miles away I am from him right now.
Like a cringe radius?
Yeah. Like I think being in the same zip code would give me the heebie-jeebies.
It does.
You think that guy's just gonna go quietly into the night?
No, I think he's going to go into media.
Okay. He will make a triumphant return.
I think he's going to A-Rod this.
Oh, okay.
I think he's going to try to rehab it.
I think Drew Brees might just barely break the 6 foot. I'm looking at the Hall of Fame photo with him. He's just barely the same height as Roger Craig. Roger Craig is 6 foot.
Yeah, but Roger Craig's probably shrunk.
That's where I'm thinking it.
Like, is that what I mean?
Drew
Like,
Brees is still standing up.
that's what I mean. Like, Roger Craig's probably like, what, in that photo? Probably like 75?
Roger Craig is not 75 years old.
He's got to be at least 70, right? He was in his prime in the early 80s.
He is 66 years old.
Okay, so I was off by 10 years. My bad. But you're
Not
definitely
too crazy.
He's definitely shrinking. He's definitely shrinking.
He has vascular dementia.
Oh.
He mentioned it in his Hall of Fame speech.
Oh, I don't remember that.
Well, yeah. I mean, he's been hit in the head 1 billion times.
Still, that's
Yeah.
a bummer.
That's playing running back in the NFL. Would you rather have vascular dementia or be Earl Campbell in a wheelchair?
I'll take the Herschel Walker fingers.
Yeah, right.
Well, that wasn't part of the question.
I think I would rather be more limited by body than mind. I actually had that discussion with Tiff the other day. I'm like, if I ever have some degenerative brain disease, just end me.
Yeah.
I don't want to veg.
Take
I don't
me
want
out behind the woodshed.
I don't want to veg out. She's like, oh, don't worry.
Love you too, baby. Don't worry.
Mama didn't raise no bitch.
No, that's the truth. You got me thinking about my wife. Will definitely put me out.
No. So
We've already made that decision, though. We've already had that discussion.
My girl would treat me like John Malkovich.
Yeah, we have. My wife and I definitely have DNRs.
we had the coma discussion. I go, you give me 6 weeks. That's the most you give me.
Ooh, that seems like a long time.
But I go,
I mean, I guess you don't know, so what do you care?
But that's what I'm saying. Like, if at 6 weeks, but let's say that there's a chance, like in the first month or whatever,
Until you get the rabbits.
it's like we get to that point. Dude, no, we're not holding on for months. We're not holding on for years. Just let's go.
Nah, it's brutal, dude.
Let's go.
Yeah.
Keep it moving.
Yeah, it's probably time to move along. Nothing to see here,
I don't need you stacking up medical debt.
Yeah, my old man was in a coma for 3 weeks, I think. 3 weeks
Now-
before the plug was pulled.
Now double that. Does that seem crazy?
No. Really crappy 3 weeks, though.
No, I know. I mean, I don't know, but I can imagine.
My wife looked at me yesterday and she was like, oh, my God, I'm married to your dad. The glasses.
The glasses.
Yeah.
Did you get the update on those?
I went in there on Saturday and told them that I don't want transition lenses on my new ones because that's not what I ordered. I ordered a tint, and she looked at me and was like, no, you ordered transition lenses. And I said, no, I didn't, because I have sunglasses. I don't want transition lenses. She goes, okay, well, when they come back, we'll just send them back. And I was like, yeah, you will. I felt bad. As somebody who worked in customer service for a very, very long time, I was not a fun customer to have on Saturday.
Oof.
I might have had a couple beers before I went, too.
What time?
I got there at 4.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it was the afternoon.
This wasn't a noon appointment?
No.
Okay.
I just walked in and went straight to that lady and sat down and skipped the whole, hi, we'll see you in a moment. I sat down and I was like, look, let's talk here. I know, I was kind of a jerk. I was kind of a jerk.
How'd you feel after that?
Accomplished.
Oh.
Yeah. Well, I needed to get S done, and I wasn't ready to mess
You
around
need to get
anymore.
S done, but you had beers before.
Well, yeah, because it gives me that liquid courage.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That's how you get S done?
Yeah.
I got my liquid courage.
Makes you feel better, you know? Makes me feel better.
If you're watching on the YouTube, I'm sipping on a cactus cooler, and if you are not familiar with the greatness of the cactus cooler, go explore.
My grandfather lived in the San Fernando Valley. He was the mayor, chief of police, and a cop.
Oh, wow.
Not in that order. Flip it and reverse it.
Yeah.
So we went and visited him a lot in the summers with my dad and my mom and my sister. And when we went to Southern California, there were 2 things we always got. In-N-Out Burger and Cactus Coolers.
Those are the 2 most synonymous Southern California things, I think, in existence.
I think so, yeah. Disneyland, probably number 3.
Yeah.
And Disneyland's probably number 1, honestly.
But of other things you could consume.
Consume.
Like, you don't go to Southern California and not get one of those 2 things.
I agree.
Cactus Cooler, In-N-Out Burger. Like,
I agree.
Those are, like, Cactus Cooler, In-N-Out Burger, Disneyland, the beach. Like, that is Southern California.
And
Might have to
Ralph's.
throw Roscoe's in there for me.
I was going to say Ralph's. I never
do
knew what a
love
Ralph's
some
was.
Oh, really?
Yeah, until I went.
But those 2 things, if I had to pick 2 things like synonymous with my childhood, In-N-Out Burger, Cactus Cooler.
I think Ralph's is now Kroger.
I think they did get bought out. Yeah.
Because I think last time I was in LA, I went to a Ralph's and could use my Fred Meyer phone number for some deals.
Oh yeah.
You know?
You can also slide, for the OGs out there, you can slide a Wiener Schnitzel in there.
Yeah. Don't they have a place? There's a place, I think. There's like a Coney Island spot, Coney Island hot dog spot down there.
Not off the
That
top
I'm
of
not
my
remembering
head.
here. Coney Island.
They did try to bring a
hot
Wiener
dogs,
Schnitzel up here at one point in
Los
time.
Angeles.
You read a Wiener Schnitzel?
No, I haven't.
It's a hot dog place.
Cronies. No, is it Cronies? Yeah, it's Cronies. Yeah, Pink's. No, it's Pink's. Pink's hot dogs. Yeah, and Cronies too.
I don't remember that one.
Oakley Dokley, we got a cool show for you today. We will get to this Kawhi Leonard news in hour number deuce. A lot of NFL to get to. Also some NBA stuff. We'll talk a little AP poll and college football. Web gems for you today as well, plus a little baseball to throw in. We'll gallivant around the world of sports. When we start, let's get into some rookie QB debuts in NFL preseason. A lot of them got some PT, and some did well, and some did not so well. We'll start there first. That's Danny. I'm Patrick, 105.1 The Fan. 10:19 here, Portland Sports Leader. Don't you forget it. We are live from the shadows of the historic Fremont Bridge, where I was pulled over again this morning for doing the same thing I did last time. 503-864-6326 is the fan text line. She'll let you interact with us throughout the entire day. There's also the YouTubes. 105.1 The Fan is the channel. Smash that like and subscribe button. Jump in the chat, but be nice to each other out there. We will get to this Kawhi Leonard, the NBA is rigged situation in hour number deuce. But I figured we'd ease into the week, Danny. Just take it nice and easy. Football is here. Casey, keep your pants on back there. Football is here. Everybody's very excited. I listened to Casey and Joe Fisher talk to me this morning about their fantasy teams. So we're in full realm for that. Danny, do you play fantasy?
I used to.
I used to as well. I retired with Brett Favre three times.
It's been a hot minute. The only thing that I do now is a pick'em pool with Joe Simons.
I got to pick them at the bar.
Yeah.
$5.
Yeah, I think ours is like.
Where's it? $10 now.
I think ours is 50. But
each week?
No.
Oh, for the season.
For the season.
Oh, we do week to week.
But I think last year we had like 44 dudes in it.
Ooh,
so
I like that.
The payouts were pretty good.
I could be interested in a survivor pool.
Yeah.
If someone's got a survivor pool going, let me know. Hit me up.
The year before last, I would have won, but I didn't click submit on a week. And it was a week that I would have gone 4-1, and I would have walked away.
It's brutal, dude.
Yeah. I finished third last year. I always have like this stretch of the season where I just get killed for like 3 weeks. And I'm like, what? Like, it's just stuff just crushes me. And then I go on an absolute heater and just roll into the playoffs. Like, all right, here we go. But yeah, I like the pick'ems more. They're the less volatility.
I agree.
And it's also just like click, send.
Yep.
You know?
So there were a lot of debuts. I mean, remember we had this college quarterback draft that maybe a lot of guys didn't go as high as we thought they would going into the last season of college football. You know, the Cade Klubniks of the world, Luke Altmyers, kind of Drew Aller, not sure. We all thought they'd have better seasons than they actually did in college football, but a lot of them still got drafted and had opportunities to play over the weekend. A couple of them to just start that I thought were, I don't know, you want to go with doo-doo or awesome or in the middle?
I say we start with the bad.
Yeah. Start with the bad.
Start with the bad.
Well, we can't count Shedeur Sanders because he's already been bad, or Anthony Richardson because he's already been bad.
Cam Ward.
Cam Ward was bad as well. Of the new kids, I don't really know who was like absolutely terrible.
I don't think anybody really stood out as terrible.
Yeah, I don't think
young guys.
Yeah, I don't think so.
Jackson Dart had a really tough look.
Yeah, but again, it's more like the debuts.
Yeah,
more like the new kids. Most of the new kids I thought were okay. I'll start in Detroit with Luke Altmyer.
Yeah, he was fine.
The old pocket statue back there. I thought he was okay.
Yeah, maybe didn't complete as many as you wanted to, but he looked fine.
I thought he looked fine. I was really impressed. Cade Klubnik for the Jets, not impressed.
No.
That was a brutal look. Not Bailey Zappi brutal, but Cade Klubnik,
The Altmyer turnovers were bad.
Yeah.
Yes.
You have 2 turnovers in the preseason against the Cincinnati Bengals. That's a tough look.
That is a very, very tough look. Now, I thought that was pretty good. Give me a shout out to Drew Aller, your boy. I thought Drew Aller looked really, really good.
I thought the entire Steelers quarterback room looked great. Mason Rudolph looked nice. Will Howard looked great. Had a touchdown that was called short on the inch line. That ended up being a rushing touchdown. Drew Aller had 2 touchdowns. I'm really happy with how it looks.
Yeah, I thought Aller played really, really well. I thought Mendoza looked okay as well. My only issue, and this is so funny, it's not Fernando's fault, and I didn't even notice in the game. I'll credit ESPN.com. They had Mendoza as the main picture, like cocked back throwing a pass, and then right below was some other thing digging into backup quarterbacks, and it was a picture of Drew Aller cocked back, and I'm looking at Drew Aller, and it's like the perfect right angle in his arm as he's cocked back to throw the football, and then I saw Mendoza's, and his is like back, kind of the Tebow thing, and I was like, oh, just looking at that, I don't like that for Fernando.
You saw that kind of catch up to him a little bit, even when his brother was on the broadcast during the game. Fernando got chased down from behind with his arm fully extended, and it just didn't look great outside of the puck.
Yeah, so if I'm a Mendoza guy or a Raider guy, that's my concern, is just that mechanic in the NFL.
But also their O-line didn't look great, and
especially with that group, yeah.
The fact that you have Tyler Lindenbaum and Jackson Powers-Johnson not playing in that game, you should be pretty happy.
Yeah. No, again, we were talking about before the showcase. I think Mendoza probably takes over in week 6. I mean, Kirk got out there and looked like Kirk. It was fine. But I think they're going to probably lean on Mendoza. They'll give him the first month plus to kind of get his feet wet, and I think he takes over then.
When is the bye for the Raiders? I'm pulling up their schedule right now.
Maybe that's last year's, but I thought it was around that time.
Their bye is in week 13.
No, because that was last year. They had the early one then. Okay.
I don't know if he. I don't know.
They're not waiting that long.
No. Week 6 and 7, they host the Bills and the Rams, and then you're at New York.
Yeah, so week 12 they'll play against Cleveland. They go on the bye week, and then they come back against the Chargers in December.
Boy, this schedule is kind of brutal.
Mm-hmm. That's what happens when you play in that division.
Oof.
Not a lot of weeks off.
But speaking of tough divisions, I thought the belle of the ball of rookie quarterbacks in their performance debuts would be Ty Simpson of the Los Angeles Rams of Anaheim.
What do you have to be critical about?
I don't know if there's anything. I thought decision-making was pretty good. Efficiency, 21 of 25, 192 tuds. Look, I know that the Rams and Les Snead and Sean McVay, all the drama around that surrounding picking Ty Simpson as high as they did. If this is the Ty Simpson, then it's all going to work out, and we're going to sit here and laugh at ourselves and say that Snead was a genius, and I know it pissed McVay off, but if McVay wins the title this year, which he surely can and is favored to do so, and Stafford will most likely be favored to win the MVP again, outside of, Josh Allen, the usual suspects.
Yeah.
If this ends up being the guy that hits, this will be an amazing situation for the Rams, and if you're a Seahawks fan, a Niners fan, if you're a Cardinals fan, go with God.
Mm-hmm.
But if you're a Seahawks fan and a Niner fan, that's kind of scary to think this train will keep rolling if Ty Simpson is that good.
Yeah, look.
It's preseason. Let's not get over our skis, but he looked really good.
The thing that I take away from it is the overall Snead's going to come out looking a lot better if Stafford hangs it up and they're able to transition to Ty Simpson. If you're able to go, Favre to Rodgers. Sure, great. But if the Rams fall short this year because they didn't go use that capital to go get somebody, that's when you start going. And again, I'm not gonna armchair quarterback, armchair GM this afterwards.
But the issue is that they are loaded up on talent.
They are.
You can't predict injuries in the NFL.
Yeah, and
so even if they do end up falling to injuries, because the injury bug does happen, especially in that division, you can't fault Les Snead on that.
And that's kind of my question. I don't think that's fair to Les Snead in the sense of any position fails, and it's like, well, you could have got one in the draft because we're talking, if an offensive lineman fails, or if a D lineman fails, or if a receiver fails, or if a DB fails, we're just going to blanket say if any position fails, that's on Les Snead for taking Ty Simpson. That's a little extreme for me.
I'm not going that far, but I'm looking at it like, okay, what is their biggest position of need? It ain't in the front.
No.
Wide receiver, they're loaded.
They should be good at wide receiver.
Could you have gotten some secondary help? Now obviously they made the trade and got McDuffie. That's massive. But
I'm just trying to
Myles
think where
Garrett,
the hole in their defense is.
Aaron Donald's most likely coming back.
Yeah.
Because if that's true, now you have a front four of Myles Garrett, Aaron Donald, Poona Ford, and whoever you want to plug in there.
Me and Casey.
You have Cam Curl, who played safety at a very all-pro level last year. Nate Landman in the middle, who led the league in forced fumbles, I believe, or was top 5 at that position. So you have guys that create turnovers. I don't see the hole. Maybe at the corner position because you lost Kobe Durant, but you lost Kobe Durant, added Trent McDuffie.
Yeah.
And that's why when they made the pick, I got killed for a little bit on this show and in my friend circles for being like, I don't think it was that bad of a pick. As time goes on and we're looking and see how he played in the first game, that's why I'm kind of like, this could work. It could end disastrously.
I disagree with the ethos of it because if you're in a championship window
and you're picking that high,
I'm going, you need to address whatever it is you want to address and not look towards the future.
And especially because this draft was loaded up on receiver talent, especially in the first 2 rounds. A lot of receivers.
And Puka.
Ty Simpson was taking over Concepcion, Makai Lemon. Who's the other?
Malachi Fields as well.
Yes, and who's the other kid from Indiana?
Cooper.
Yes. All 4 of those guys went after Ty Simpson, if my memory serves me. So that, I guess, if they are looking for receiver depth, that could be maybe where you kill them for taking Ty Simpson.
And again,
but this roster's loaded.
I'm not killing him. It's just my team building ethos is in conflict with looking at the future versus looking at the now when NFL windows just don't exist.
The way I look at that is, I think their guy got taken off the board. They had to scramble.
I bet you that's it too.
And so you look at what's the hole in that team. I'm not taking a corner that early because, well,
maybe this wasn't the draft for us.
Maybe they wanted
Mansour Delane was the only guy, and Kansas City got him pretty early.
Maybe they wanted that Mayoga guy that the Giants took.
Francis Mauiona.
Mayoga, yeah. Maybe they wanted that guy because he fell further than we thought. Yeah.
But again, I'm not beating him over the head with it. It's just I don't like building a team that way.
Sure.
But again, if Simpson ends up being that guy and is not just a transitionary guy, but he's your quarterback of the future, I mean, Snead's going to come out of this smelling like roses.
Let's stick in the NFL here and some more preseason thoughts, not to get too carried away. But there are some of those returning quarterbacks that don't look so good. So we'll get into some of that and also some of the worst teams. Do we already know who the worst team is and injuries in preseason as well? More NFL next. There's Casey with sports.
Now, from the George McCoy at Warren Allen Sports Desk, a Sports Center update on the Fan Sports Network, 105.1 FM and 1080 AM.
This Sports Center update is brought to you by 808 Hawaiian Restaurant. Mixed plates like Grandma used to make if your grandma were from the Big Island. Woodstock, Burnside, Beaverton, or online at ate-oh-ate.com. First on the Fan, some NFL news for you as veteran safety Jamal Adams will miss the entirety of the 2026 season with a right knee injury. Adams signed with the Vikings on the eve of training camp and went down in the second quarter of the Vikings preseason game versus the Giants in MetLife Stadium. The Arizona Cardinals received a bit of a scare as rookie running back Jeremiah Love is dealing with a high ankle sprain after a high workload in the Cardinals' first preseason game versus the Raiders. Sources told Adam Schefter that Love is unlikely to play the rest of the preseason. The Dallas Cowboys and potential Hall of Fame pass rusher Von Miller have agreed on a one-year, $5.5 million deal with a maximum value of $7.5 million. Miller, the Texas native, recorded 9 sacks last season playing for the Washington Commanders. Over to the pitch as your Portland Timbers fell to the Chicago Fire 2-1 yesterday afternoon. Finn Sermon scoring the lone goal for the Timbers after they conceded 2 goals in the opening 20 minutes, marking the first loss under newly hired head coach Martí Cifuentes. And finally, your Portland Fire took home a nail-biting victory as they defeated the Phoenix Mercury 88-85. Carla Late leading the way once again for the Fire as she finished with 23 points, 5 assists, and 2 steals in the contest. Fire are back in action this Friday as they travel up north to take on the Toronto Tempo. And for more sports scores and stories in 30 minutes, I'm lowercase from the George McCoy at Warren Allen Sports Desk. Hurt missing work? Insurance companies acting like jerks? Don't call your mom. Call George McCoy at warrenallen.com.
The home of the Fan Happy Hour.
A lot more to circle through on NFL preseason as the games march on. Patrick only watches highlights. Am I allowed to admit that?
Yes.
Well, I just did. I can't, Danny. I love football. We all love football. I very much enjoy watching the highlights.
We're also not 24 years old and doing our mock fantasy football drafts.
As we speak, correcto mundo.
He's not here right now.
I know, he's not. He is gone. But if Cardinals Raiders preseason, dude, I'm not watching Cardinals Raiders regular
Brother,
season.
I'm a Raiders fan, and I'm going, Francisco, I'm out. There we go. Let me watch him throw the ball a few times. All right.
Yep.
Pack it up. Let's
Pack
go.
it up. Let's get out of here.
Twice.
What's that?
I watched it twice.
You watched the game twice?
Watched the playback and when it was live on Thursday.
Broski, if you didn't have a hot girlfriend, I would tell you to go get a girlfriend. That poor woman.
I'm pretty lucky.
Young women, they have no idea how much better they can have it.
Easy. Don't tell her.
So much more could be done if you just put your foot down, lady. I got your back. But some interesting things coming out of preseason. We touched on this. Some second-year, third-year quarterbacks that also look like garbage. Cam Ward. I have to believe Brian Dable will figure this out because Brian Dable made Daniel Jones pretty solid and kind of had the birth of Jackson Dart. So I believe he'll figure it out with Cam Ward. But boy, buddy, you can't look like that. This is your deuce.
Yeah, again, that Titans team, it's bereft of everything.
Totally.
The thing I go back to is, and he's not this caliber of prospect, Trevor Lawrence. So 4 different coaches and 4 different coordinators in 4 years. It was just
Look like you don't want to give him the bag.
You're just early on, didn't have weapons, didn't have coaching. None of it made sense. Now with Cohen, they've got weapons. He made sense. Lawrence looked good.
And they paid him.
It's weird.
And they should have advanced in the playoffs if Josh Allen doesn't do Superman stuff.
But, Ward's out there, even more bereft. Second coach, second coordinator, all the things that kind of come along with that. And, that team, I know we want to laugh at the Cardinals, but, man, the Titans are talentless.
I know.
They are just talentless.
And I feel like they're getting a free pass because the Cardinals have been such a dumpster fire for a while. Because let's not forget, Mike Vrabel was in Tennessee, 3 seasons ago? And they were a playoff team.
Well, they
were good.
3 years ago, they had talent.
Yes.
That's the difference.
There ain't no talent there now.
I love Calvin Ridley, but
I have a big pushback.
I love Calvin Ridley 10 years ago.
The ethos of the Titans was let me run the ball down your throat with Derrick Henry.
Sure.
He rushed for 1,000 yards, and they didn't go away from that.
No.
Tony Pollard has still kept that standard. And is Tony Pollard Derrick Henry?
No, but they also had A.J. Brown, and they had some sort of life at quarterback. I know, what's his name? Tannehill.
Ryan Tannehill
he's not awesome, but he's better than anything they've had since. He's better than Will Levis.
Well, yes.
Yes, but
who still thinks he's a top 32 quarterback in the NFL. But that's a different conversation for a different day.
You want to talk about the island of misfit toys, man. Their quarterback room is Cam Ward, Will Levis, Mitch Trubisky, and Hendon Hooker.
Yeah, dude. Who was the last guy?
Hendon Hooker.
Never heard of him.
Tennessee.
Don't know.
No, okay.
Nope, I don't got him.
Great name, though. Hendon Hooker is a old-timey cop in the Prohibition era. You know what I mean? That's a good name.
I feel like Tennessee quarterbacks evolve very well over time in the league.
Eventually, yeah.
As very strong backup quarterbacks in history.
Yeah, I would agree. It's weird. It's weird how some of those schools get those monikers.
He's a big-ass boy.
Yeah, fair. Tennessee quarterbacks. Nico. Do we count Nico as a Tennessee quarterback?
He's going to end up being a UCLA
He'll be
quarterback.
a UCLA quarterback.
Josh Dobbs.
Something I do want to push back on, and we were talking about this before the show, Danny. Why do people think Anthony Richardson looked good? I watched Anthony Richardson decide to pass on 2 checkdowns, run the ball, and then turn it over.
Yeah, 2 bad turnovers. 2 really bad.
I know, but I keep hearing this, like Danny was saying earlier, and I'm more asking the question because I heard it from other people too. Where Anthony Richardson looked okay, and I was like, whoa.
The turnover
rocket arm.
Yeah, that's the thing. Is
but he's always had the rocket arm. He's got the greatest pass in the history of the NFL.
The The throw
the
that
75-yard bomb?
The throw that he had at Florida, too, the game-winning drive across his body, just absolute laser falling backwards, getting chased, was just like, bleh.
But he's got a 2-cent head.
But I don't think he does. I just don't think he's developed.
But for a guy who did these, I would say, does the same exact thing in Joe Milton in Dallas, Joe Milton had a much better performance than Anthony Richardson did.
But I also think that Richardson lowered the bar so much, especially with his accuracy. You're talking about a guy who, yes, he does have, I mean, if you want to talk about arm talent, ability to drive ball downfield, he's in the upper echelon. Like, he's up there. His ability to chuck that thing is crazy.
And he can move with it, too.
And he's a big boy, incredibly athletic.
He can move with it.
Like, and I'm not saying he's going to be Josh Allen, but I think when you start seeing the accuracy start coming together, then you just hope the decision making. Because again, in a preseason game, he's ripping off big runs.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
the athlete is there. There's no denying that.
And 6 for 53 and a touchdown.
It's just the decision making for me. You passed on 2 check down passes to run the ball yourself, and you turned it over.
But here's the other side.
You're gonna get killed in a video room.
But the other side of this is, and I'm not sure where I fall on this. Aaron Rodgers said, I want to say this a couple weeks ago, and he said it earlier in his career. He doesn't use preseason as a time to do everything the right way.
I love that quote from Aaron.
He basically is like, it's live bullets. I want to see what I can do and what I can get away with.
It's more like what I can't do.
Yeah, you learn what you can't do. And look, man, whether it's football or life, you want to learn, make mistakes.
Yeah.
You learn the most on mistakes. And maybe I'm just optimistic. Maybe I'm biased because I like the kid. But I think that if he can be more accurate while having that physical profile, because I don't think he necessarily has a 10-cent head. Like, I don't think he's at that level yet. I don't think he's who do I want to screw it, Kyler. I don't think he's Kyler in the sense of, like, he doesn't care and he's like, it's whatever. But I do think the learning curve for him is going to be steep. But if he starts being more accurate while also having that ability to tuck that rock and go, now he's got to be better with ball security. There's no doubt about that. That is one of the biggest killers you can have is your unforced turnover. That's just brutal. But beyond that, like, I don't know, man. This is where I start kind of going old timey, shaking my fist at clouds. It's like sometimes you just see when a guy has got it. Like, I watched J.J. McCarthy play football. He ain't got it.
Okay, but Anthony Richardson's the same guy that on third down in a one-score game was tapping on the helmet to go to the sideline.
I know.
That's the same guy.
I know. And it's that's the Cam Newton not falling on the fumble thing. Like, that stuff bothers me. But when you, like, again, I hate to sit here and just beat on JJ, but, like, when you watch a guy and you go, can he figure something out? That's the tantalization of a guy with that much talent, that size, that
Anthony
profile.
Richardson has the ability to figure something out in a way that J.J. McCarthy
never. There's zero chance. There's
still a lot of room for Anthony Richardson.
There's a ceiling on McCarthy. There's not one on Richardson. As far as physical profile.
But is
tools.
there one if he's still stuck in Indianapolis?
Yeah, that's true.
I definitely think there is now a new ceiling, and now the questions are being raised if he'll ever figure it out. This is another quarterback who had a bad day.
It's the right read. It just slipped. So that also makes me get mad a little bit because of it. But, any decision I make, I know it's the right decision. I just didn't execute the decision, but the right decision was made.
I was never in on it to begin with.
I was to say, where are you going with this?
But in talking about J.J. McCarthy versus Anthony Richardson, Shedeur might be closer to J.J. McCarthy than Anthony Richardson.
I watched a few plays where Shedeur Sanders was given 4 or 5 seconds in the pocket, and he threw balls to the D lineman.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, what was Shedeur's biggest problem coming out of Colorado? Holding on to the ball. Far too long.
And inflated stats. Look, I might sit here now. Every potential starting quarterback outside of Taylor Green, who hasn't done it yet, but Shedeur, Deshaun, Dylan Gabriel have all thrown picks in preseason. They all look terrible.
And Dylan Gabriel looked the best out of those 3.
And that's a problem.
The problem.
That's a problem. Sorry, Duck fans. Dylan Gabriel's a Sooner for my money. Dylan Gabriel's not an NFL quarterback.
He's a backup at best.
At best.
He was checked down Charlie the entire game.
If I'm Cleveland, honestly, just go get Joe Flacco. Just start Joe for 17 games. Just do it, man. Like, you're not going to be good this year. You know you're not going to be good this year.
Well, if
Joe's
that's the
gonna be
case, you
super
might.
cheap.
Well, if that's the case, then run with the young guy, and maybe you get lucky.
Sure.
That's what I'd do.
Sure. Cut bait on Deshaun. Just get him out of there. I guess start Shador. I don't know, man. We can laugh about the Dolphins, who I think the Dolphins are the worst team in the NFL. We can laugh about
on purpose.
Yes, we can laugh about the Arizona Cardinals. They have some blocks. They're working on it.
Sure.
What's the kid's name? McBride at tight end.
Yeah, Trey McBride, yeah.
He's a good tight end.
And Jeremiah Love, talent-wise,
should be good. Marvin Harrison should be good. We'll see how they hit. Hell, maybe Carson Beck's the quarterback of their future. We can laugh about these teams being bad. The Browns, to me, are on a whole different level. And it's not even just Browns being Browns anymore. It's like this is no longer comedic. This is no longer a joke. This is no longer laughing. This is just malpractice.
because they've got some good young weapons, I think, in Concepcion
Sure.
and
Sure.
Judkins. Like,
And they got Verse out of the Garrett deal. Like, that's huge.
Well, and defensively-
you got a real player
Not
out of
just
it.
that,
They
like-
drafted very well.
yeah,
Yeah.
like the
We
Browns.
all said they had the
defense is
best
not-
draft.
Yeah, the Browns defense is never a thing that I'm like sitting there going, "Oh, the Browns defense is buns."
Well,
you
they
know,
also got Denzel Boston.
yeah, I mean, like defensively, as much as we want to crap on the Browns, over the last 10 years, the Browns defense has been pretty damn good.
And Stefanski has won 2 coaches of the year.
Like they've had some not even just some success, some just downright really good defensive units.
Who was the AP Defensive Rookie of the Year last year?
I don't know that answer.
Oh God,
That would be
the
Browns
linebacker.
linebacker
Yeah.
Carson Schwessinger.
Yeah. Like that side of the ball is not really ever in question.
That's why you just go get Joe. Just have Joe throw the rock.
Yeah, but I think you want to suck enough to go get a quarterback.
Yeah, next
I
year's draft.
think you really.
Got that Dante Moore love in you. Arch Manning. Maava.
Don't do that to my guy. Don't kill my boy.
Mensa. Darian Mensa.
Do it.
That's tough, man.
Do you wait 2 years?
got bad intentions.
Go get a Bachmeyer?
But like I mean, we did this last year with that quarterback class, but I do believe this quarterback class is going to be a lot better. I do.
I would hope so. We'll see how college football pans out. Yeah. In our number deuce, we will get to the new AP poll in college football. But when you mentioned his name, Danny, just now, I think we should probably address the elephant in the room. Jeremiah Love, 14 carries. Got to play the kid somehow.
Yep.
But now he's hurt. We'll go there next. 105.1 The Fan. We'll get into the National Basketball Association Fraudulent League here in hour number deuce. Talk a little Matt Ishbia. And I've got a thought, Danny, that I'd love to run by you about the future of sports owners and how they make their money.
And how well they aren't vetted.
Yes, that could be an issue. Plus the AP poll in college football dropped, so we'll get to that in hour number deuce. But real quickly, we kind of mentioned it in looking at some preseason stuff. Jeremiah Love at 14 carries for Arizona showed some brilliant spots. Kid's got some motor in him. I think the kid could be really good.
There's no doubt about Jeremiah Love's talent and ability. But even in college, his biggest red flag was the injury stuff. He gets dinged up, and I liken him to a Zion Williamson, in the sense of like he might be too explosive for his own body. Like he's just, if you've ever seen one of the, like, weirdly, privilege is kind of a weird word, but like I saw Zion in person when he was 16 years old, and I giggled the first time I saw him. I was like, what? Nah, man, you're 24. Like he was just, and this is pre-Zion being, fat.
Sorry, 11 carries for Jeremiah Love.
14 touches.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Three receptions for 14 yards.
Thank you.
But like Jeremiah Love's in that group where like there's not an ounce on him that's just not muscle on top of muscle on top of muscle. It's like, I remember when Boise State played Oregon, and I asked Dusty, like, what do you think about Ashton Genty? He was like, dude, he's like all of 5'8", but I've never seen a guy that big. He's like
thick.
You just like, but Jeremiah Love is just twitchy. Like he'll run you over and then pull away from you. Like it's just, and I wonder just how many carries his body is going to be able to take. And it's just, I don't say that as like, oh, this guy's not tough. It's like, I think we do this thing where everybody's supposed to be Derrick Henry. Where you're just supposed to just have carry after carry after carry after.
Everybody's supposed to be a Hall of Fame, Hall of Fame running back.
But not just that. But I mean, like Derrick Henry had like 1,000 carries in high school, and then he had another, damn near 1,000 before he got to the NFL. His clock should have run out 5 years ago, and instead he's still going. That doesn't happen. Most guys, like Emmitt Smith, is his numbers are going to be untouchable because he was healthy for so long. Running backs, no matter what the era, man, there's a peak and then you just fall off. And you almost wonder if Jeremiah Love is one of those guys where he's gonna have to be in a dual backfield to keep him alive.
The greatest running backs of all time, and I see that happening. I see Jeremiah Love being in a dual backfield, but the greatest running backs of all time are either guys that just had the longevity and never got hurt, or their ability to come back from the injury was so profound.
Yep.
I think about AP. I think about LaDainian.
Yep. And those guys are 32 carry a game guys.
And those are guys that are considered the best backs of a generation.
Yep.
Let me ask this question. Instead of maybe piling on Jeremiah Love, not that we are, but just like take the we collective. Instead of piling on Jeremiah Love, is this more negligence on the Cardinals for drafting a borderline injury-prone running back without an offensive line? Or can you not fault them for grabbing a potential generational talent?
I don't fault them for grabbing the talent. The issue is because you don't have the offensive line, that's why their running back room is so dead.
But can I argue that when the Giants drafted Saquon, they didn't have an offensive line, but Saquon was still able to do stuff behind that crappy offensive line?
And that's the hope.
But then what was the knock on Saquon?
Well, then the next few years, Saquon was garbage.
Are your ability to get past that injury block?
Look,
I like Jeremiah Love. I'm rooting for him.
Oh yeah, no, I hate the school he went to, but I mean, I watched him run all over my team.
Jeremiah Love is still going to be in a backfield with James Conner and Tyler Algier. They're going to be okay.
How did the kid for his backup? Did that kid play for Seattle? Their draft pick, the running back?
Jadarian Price?
Yes.
Well, let me check those numbers.
I know, I've got that right here, about to pull up. I'm curious, too.
Text line, I love this. I don't fault them for getting love. I fault them for being the Cardinals.
It's fair.
Yeah.
I was listening we were laughing with Dirt and Line Change today. I was listening to him this morning, and he was like, they were talking about how the Cardinals aren't going to be potentially favored until they host the Jets in like week 13. And I was like, Well, I mean, it's not that their schedule's brutal. It's just that Arizona sucks.
Jadarian Price did not play in the preseason.
Okay,
game versus
okay.
Dallas.
And that's the thing, though. Is like we talk about this with the NBA schedule stuff, like strength of schedule. If you're the best team in the league, you're going to have an easier strength of schedule.
If you're the worst team, it's going to be really
Yeah,
difficult.
it's like that's just the reality. And also, the Cardinals are buns.
They are buns.
So-
Are they the worst team? I don't think so.
Dolphins.
I think it's the Dolphins.
I think if you're looking Dolphins, Titans,
Jets.
Who's the
Jets,
worst,
Cardinals.
Again, who's the worst team in the NFC?
Worst
You named
team.
3 AFC teams there.
Worst team in the
Yeah.
NFC. Give me.
Well, no, Cardinals are NFC.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, they're
Yeah.
the worst team.
Oh,
in the
they're the
NFC.
worst
other
team in
three
the-
teams that you named were all AFC
Yeah.
teams.
Oh yeah. I mean, who's the second worst team in the NFC that we've seen so far? I don't know that answer.
My gut just tells me go NFC South.
Maybe the Giants,
No.
Falcons,
It's the Giants.
Saints. Saints got a little life to them.
I have the Giants ahead of the Saints overall.
The Falcons.
Nah,
You believe in the Giants more than you're believing in the Saints?
I do.
All right.
I do.
I won't name the fifth worst team in the NFC because I don't want to get a C and D. But they might be one of them.
They're the fifth worst?
They might be.
Nah, I think the Commanders will be okay.
Let's get into this Kawhi Leonard situation in the NBA. Like, are we losing more and more credibility for a league already struggling with credibility?
And there's a press release.
Yes. Let's get to that. Hour number deuce is next. That's Danny. I'm Patrick. 105.1 The Fan.
Now, from the George McCoy at Warren Allen Sports Desk, a Sports Center update on the Fan Sports Network, 105.1 FM and 1080 AM.
First on the Fan, some NFL news for you, as veteran safety Jamal Adams will miss the entirety of the 2026 season with a right knee injury. Adams signed with the Vikings on the eve of training camp and went down in the second quarter of the Vikings preseason game versus the Giants in MetLife Stadium. The Arizona Cardinals received a bit of a scare as rookie running back Jeremiah Love is dealing with a high ankle sprain after a high workload in the Cardinals' first preseason game versus the Raiders. Sources told Adam Schefter that Love is unlikely to play the rest of the preseason. The Dallas Cowboys and potential Hall of Fame pass rusher Von Miller have agreed on a one-year, $5.5 million deal with a maximum value of $7.5 million. Miller, the Texas native, recorded 9 sacks last season for the Washington Commanders. Over to the pitch as your Portland Timbers fell to the Chicago Fire 2-1 yesterday afternoon. Finn Sermons scoring the lone goal for the Timbers after they conceded 2 goals in the opening 20 minutes, marking the first loss under newly hired head coach Martí Cifuentes. And finally, your Portland Fire took home a nail-biting victory as they defeated the Phoenix Mercury 88-85. Carla Late leading the way once again for the Fire as she finished with 23 points, 5 assists, and 2 steals in the contest. Fire are back in action this Friday as they travel up north to take on the Toronto Tempo on Friday. And for more sports scores and stories in 30 minutes, I'm lowercase from the George McCoy at Warren Allen Sports Desk. Hurt missing work? Insurance companies acting like jerks? Don't call your mom. Call George McCoy at WarrenAllen.com.
Your home for the Oregon Ducks.
Here. If you're missing the first hour, you can download that through the Fan Podcast, 1051thefan.com, the Odyssey app, wherever you get yours. Give Casey about 15, 20 minutes. He'll get that up for you. And if you can't wait that long, well, jump on the Odyssey app or the YouTube. 1051 The Fan is the channel. You can rewind, fast forward, except for in the future. For that would be impossible. We'll hang out in the NBA here for a little bit this hour. We'll kind of see how things go. I do want to try to get to that AP poll in college football. And Danny asked the question, which I continue to ask as well, why this team is continually ranked as high as they are. We'll get into that hopefully sometime this hour. If not, we'll push it to the big nooner. But a little bit of breaking news here. There's a lot of conflicting things going around, but sources are saying that the NBA has found no evidence showing the Los Angeles Clippers owner Steve Ballmer funneled money through team sponsors to pay Kawhi Leonard in order to circumvent the salary cap. Instead, the NBA is focused on whether the team's introduction of Kawhi to team sponsors constitutes a violation of the league's rules prohibiting salary cap circumvention.
But, again, this reporting
Don't those sound like the same thing?
Yeah.
Those sound like the same thing to me.
Shout out,
we don't think you did this, but we think you did this.
So, number one, the reporting is coming from ESPN. It's Don Van Natta, Baxter Holmes, and Ramona Shelburne. But shout out Casey Holdall, who basically quote tweeted this, was like, this is the scene from Clear and Present Danger when the president sweeps an illegal war under the rug because the country can't afford another scandal.
Right.
It's like, what is happening here? So we're getting this reporting from ESPN. That comes out, and not shortly after, this is 30 minutes ago, spokesperson for the NBA, Mike Bass, ESPN's article regarding the Clippers investigation, for which the NBA declined to cooperate, contains numerous and significant inaccuracies. The results in this matter will be made clear once the investigation is concluded. What?
Did the NBA director of communication just come out and say that there are some inaccuracies in the statement that's been made?
But the story from ESPN, I'm just like, but they just said that there's no wrongdoing. Like,
funny you mentioned that the NBA can't handle another scandal, right? Okay, that's maybe let's say that's the thought behind sweeping this under the rug.
Sure, because guess what? There's another one coming with Mark Walter and the Lakers, bro.
Yes, I know.
And Matt Ishbia and the Suns.
Yeah, and we'll get to Ishbia here in a moment. But my question is though, if they can't afford to have another scandal, this scandal's already out in the open. So in theory,
let this one run its course and hang over everything else.
That's what I was going to say. If you want to sweep Mark Walter under the rug, if you want to sweep Ishbia under the rug, which again, we'll get to both those in a minute.
Let those roll.
This one is the most public. It has the most eyeballs on it. It is the most egregious. And Pablo and Baxter and to an extent Ramona Shelburne have been all over this story. You got to let this one play out.
Pablo's already quote tweeted with saying, when the time's right, can't wait to share what we have.
When the time is right, I am extremely, extremely excited for our episode about this.
See, and that's what's crazy because the Ishbia, Walter, Ballmer, they love what Silver's doing because he's protecting them, but he is killing the NBA right now. The look on the league is so bad. Dare I say worse than it's ever been. And that's not even counting what's going on in the W right now. which we do not have time to get into that. But it's like basketball right now, professional basketball in the United States of America, whether it's men's, women's.
Not great, Bob.
It's not great. It looks terrible, and it continues to look worse. Look, now we've got other things. Like, this is why everyone thinks the NBA is rigged. We finally found, guess who has the most benefit of back-to-backs, who they play, travel, TV deals, all that kind of stuff. Who's got the best schedule this year?
Philly.
It's the Sixers.
Weird.
Why? Weird. Why is it the Sixers? And number 2 is the Knicks. Oh, weird. Like, the NBA cannot stop doing things that make people say, I don't trust this league, I don't like the product, and I don't want to be here. Guilty as charged, man. If the Blazers weren't in this town, and the Blazers got their own issues going on right now, if the Blazers weren't in this town, do you think I would watch the NBA?
Probably not.
The answer's no.
All I want to do is point and laugh at Angel Reese smoking a layup.
Are we
Well, Caitlin did.
are we nearing the end of the Adam Silver era?
See, but that's the other problem is that I don't think so because he's bailing out Walter, Ishbia, Ballmer.
Remember, he works for those
Tom
guys.
Dundon, for that matter, too. Like, Dundon doesn't look good here.
No.
The ownership in Dallas doesn't look good after trading Luka. The ownership in New Orleans is a joke. James Dolan is a jerk. Nobody likes him, but he just won a title.
He's running a surveillance state, but they don't care because New York is printing money.
Exactly. Like,
Their playoff run made the Knicks another $500 million.
yeah.
$500 million roughly is what they accounted for the additional revenue in the playoffs and the finals. Like, as long as it keeps printing money, and guess what? You know, the expansion franchises are going to go for $8 billion apiece. That's just the rights to buy the teams. That let's say Vegas and Seattle both sell for $8 billion. That's $16 billion split up among 30 people or 30 teams. Like, they're
going to praise Adam Silver for it.
And guess what, man? Like, every time this happens, they're just going to go, we don't care as long as the money can. Look, man, I'm a capitalist at heart, but boy alive, some of this stuff has got to start mattering. The integrity, the ethos, the identity of sports, it's so venture capitalism driven that it's just become possessed, man. And like, to be clear, it has been for a long time. And this is what I mean when I talk about, like, if I could go back over 15 years ago and unlearning this stuff, it's not just how the sausage is made in the basketball side. It's on the business side, man. It is nasty. Has been, always will be. It's like, but God almighty, can we just do better?
What's the biggest issue going on in the W right now? No one's talking about basketball.
Oh, there's no basketball anywhere.
That's been the problem in the NBA for 10 years, and now it's getting worse. Dude, the Knicks, the New York Knickerbockers, won an NBA title for the first time in 50 years, and we've already forgotten. We already don't care. Is there a better story the NBA would want than the Knicks winning a title for the first time in 50 years? There isn't. That's what they wanted. That's what they got. And they made Wemby a villain, the future of the NBA. They made the Spurs a villain. Like, they're getting what they want. Hallie's out there saying, why am I not on TV? I could have won a finals. SGA saying, sleep on me. Go for it.
But instead you have 6-7 billionaires.
But we've already forgotten that. Nobody cares that Hallie's coming back. Hell, I might argue nobody cares LeBron's in Philly.
David Stern would have Latrell Sprewelled half these freaking
without a doubt.
Half these freaking owners at this point in time. Like, that's the thing is, like, we give Adam Silver crap, and I believe rightfully, because he's just weak. Well, David Stern, as much as we like, well, he instituted the dress code, that was racist. And I go, I don't care, because guess what? The league was in a great spot. The basketball mattered under David Stern. Since Silver took over, one of his first moves was getting rid of, rightfully, Donald Sterling.
Without a doubt.
And
that was handed to him by David Stern.
Months after, was it 3-4 months after he took control? Again, not something he could control, but the bubble. Do you remember the jerseys education reform? Stupid things being put on jerseys and just like the bubble itself. Yeah, you've got Kyle Kuzma out here talking about how the bubble was actually a prison. Brother, you were sent off to hang out at Disney World and your dumbass teammates and friends and other players snuck out to Magic City to go get wings at a strip club.
Dude, I want those wings so bad.
It's just become, the basketball is no longer the thing.
No.
It is just a never-ending soap opera of stupidity, and it's being done because the people that are in basketball now, particularly at the very top, don't care.
Well, I think one thing that's interesting, let's look at the text line here, 503-864-6326. It's just this top one. It just simply says football is king. And I find that interesting in this conversation because the NFL has been very good at taking a lot of drama and it not affecting the brand.
Because you know what they do? They push it to the side and they wrangle people and they go, nope, you're gone, you're out, nope. And they just push it to the side.
And I don't know if the NFL is telling Kevin Burkhardt and Tom Brady, Jim Nance and Tony Romo, Al Michaels and Herb Street and Tirico and Collinsworth or Joe Buck and Aikman, right? Those are the big sets. I don't know if the NFL is sending them talking points. They might be.
I would bet every penny in my account that they are. And the NBA is doing the same, but nobody's listening because the scandal, like how many ownership scandals do we have in the NFL right now?
Let's see. Let me look real quick. I think I know the answer, but I want to make sure. Let me do my due diligence. Woody Johnson?
He's just kind
question
of a
mark?
jerk.
Right.
The last one we had was Tepper in Carolina. What ended up happening?
He's gone.
Well, no, he's still there.
But they came down
the
and
NFL said, knock that crap off.
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong. There's bad owners in the NFL.
The reason why the Commanders had to sell.
The only
and what ended up happening, and again, Gruden still got that lawsuit going.
Mm-hmm. The only ownership scandals we have, quote unquote, are Tom and being involved with the Raiders and on TV, and Troy Aikman for the same conversation, involved with the Dolphins, but on TV.
But these aren't majority owners. These
No.
are guys that own like less than 5%.
And they're not even really scandals because the NFL has kind of handled it. I do want to talk about Aikman at some point this week, but the NFL's handled it. But whether it's, the Ray Rices or throwing down women on beds of guns and stuff like that, they have been able to tell their people, focus on football. When I turn on the NFL network, it's someone breaking down a Sauce Gardner and cover 2 defense. When I turn on NBA TV, it's, Luca's ex-wife wanting child support.
Again, who is ESPN hiring and who's out there?
So why
as
isn't
the face of your league?
Why doesn't Adam Silver just go to Goodell and say, "Hey man, how do you do this? How do I wrangle my TV people in?" Because Kenny and Shaq and Charles, those are like the only ones that want to talk ball, and they don't even talk ball that much.
Think about it real quick. Who's the face of NFL Network?
I don't know because I don't watch it.
Eisen.
Rich Eisen, yeah.
Where'd he come from?
Espen. He's a 4-letter.
It's like, get somebody in the freaking studio that's gonna be your face.
Oh man, dude, let me talk to you about baseball. MLB Network, all they do is talk baseball.
Yes.
Then they goof off sometimes and talk about
Buster
stadium food.
Or Timmy, like just go down the list of like you just Brian Kenny, just go down the list and guess where they all came from.
BK only wants to talk about baseball.
Yes, and it's just like
Adnan Virk only wants to talk about baseball.
And it's like, meanwhile at ESPN, NBA Today, it's Kendrick freaking Perkins.
Yeah.
It's like, come.
Or it's I got to listen to Ryan Clark talk to me about the NBA. I don't want that.
No.
I don't want to hear. I don't want to hear a football guy talk. Stephen A. I'll give him some credit. He is a little bit of a basketball guy.
Yeah, I know, but it's like,
well, I know he's obnoxious.
But that's not who you want as your face.
No.
Their ability to control narratives and control their owners, and it's just everyone knows that they can step all over Adam Silver.
Who's the face of college football? McAfee, Nick Saban, Kirk Herbstreit,
Kirby.
Okay, Herbie.
Kirk and Reese.
Pick one of those 3. Pick the whole board.
What do they talk about all the time?
Football and pageantry.
Yeah.
They prop up the game.
And Pat will take on the scandals, and then he'll have fun with it.
Mm-hmm. They don't talk about, why NIL and transfer portal sucks on game day. No, they talk about we're here in Tuscaloosa and Alabama's been down, and Saban, what do you think about DeBoer's tenure? And he's like, well, the defensive line has got to get better, and they're not running the football. Chuck, what does the NBA got to do to get better? Well, they got to stop being dumbasses. Okay.
But still,
right.
at least.
All right.
The number of times, look, we can all laugh at Chuck and all the things that come along with that. But at the same time, Chuck will tell you. Shaq will tell you. Kenny will tell you. Ernie will sit there and go, guys, we like checks. We like checks. Come on. But it's like, they'll at least say it. Meanwhile, you've got guys out there on the NBA like, well, they're actually doing this because this guy just isn't liked and he's being persecuted. It's like, nah, man, he's a pain in the ass. Everybody in the league knows it.
My issue with the NBA is the NBA hypes up brands more than they hype up ball.
Yep.
Yeah.
They'll back Shaq, Kenny, Chuck, who are 20 years removed from playing the game of basketball, and not prop up the guys who are on their way to starting media careers.
Hey, man.
That's my biggest issue with the NBA.
And we're guilty of it ourselves on this program, Danny. You know how much time we should be spending on the Portland Trailblazers having 5 guards, and the 2 starters most likely don't play defense.
And why are we not?
Because it's just drama.
No. It's not because it's just drama. It's because we've got ownership nonsense.
Let's stick with some of that ownership issues. We'll go to the desert. Matt Ishbia might be in a little bit of trouble, and he might not be the only one. Mark Walters, more news on that. A little more NBA right here on The Fan, 105.1 FM.
The biggest.
NBA coverage on the Fan is presented by Xfinity. Score the most reliable Wi-Fi. One prize, 5 years guaranteed. Xfinity, imagine that. Let me tease you this. Imagine if the NBA does so much damage to themselves that Major League Baseball jumps them. Heaven forbid the NHL jumps.
Won't.
I know. That's what I always wonder about the NFL when they kind of cram stuff down your throat and you get a little. The 24-hour news cycle of the NFL can be a little exhausting at sometimes.
Doesn't matter.
I know. But to me, sometimes I'm like, there's got to be a breaking point at some point. Now, they may never get there, but it's like there's a number for everything.
Well, here's the thing, like particularly with hockey. I know
you can't go out back and play hockey.
Yeah, I mean, look, Carolina won and Florida. I'm not.
You can play catch with your dad. You can shoot hoops with your dad.
Yes,
you can't go back and play hockey with your dad.
Hockey will never be there, and I'm not saying that to be anti-hockey. It's just we're not in Canada, we're not in Sweden, we're not in Iceland. Like we just don't have the climate for that. Like if you're like, I lived in North Dakota, man. Like University of North Dakota is one of the best hockey college programs in the country, and it's if you look at their roster every year, it's like half the roster is from Grand Forks. It's like, yeah, dude, when you can do that all year long, yeah, it's a thing that works. But on the baseball side of things, I don't think it's. I think as much as basketball is regional to an extent, it's still national. It's still national, and I don't think baseball's ever gonna get back to being national. I think it'll be the overwhelmingly dominant regional sport.
Sure.
Overwhelming.
Them in college football, yeah.
Yeah, but I'm talking of the big four. Like, there's just something about that, and the NBA still has it.
I think I might push back on it because I think the issue with baseball is not as popular as the other sports in America, but globally and go down south, baseball is everywhere.
But baseball's not looking to expand globally. The NBA is.
Correct.
NBA is trying to start up, and they're starting up a league in Europe. And again, I'll reference this number over and over again. NBA China is 700 million people who are basketball like into it. Like that is always going.
China has like 3 billion people.
I know,
right?
but
they're viewers.
700 million.
Wow.
But is it crazy to think that, again, the top global sports leagues by revenue, according to Front Office Sports, NFL is 19 to 22 billion, NBA is 12 to 13, and MLB is 11 to 12.
Oh, on the revenue side? Yeah.
Is that crazy to think that they make the jump revenue side if the basketball product becomes unbearable as it's been?
That's all I'm asking.
No. I know what you're saying, and maybe this is my ignorance, and maybe it's my bias to covering the league for a decade and a half, but I don't ever see baseball going global the way the NBA can.
I agree, and I don't think they'll ever pass the NBA. But these are the steps you take if you want someone to pass you by.
Well, yeah,
this is the ignorance that you use.
It's not baseball growing,
right?
It's basketball kneecapping.
That's what I'm talking about. It's not about baseball being more popular, as someone said on the YouTube chat. MLS passed them. Look, I don't think that will actually happen. But if you want it to happen, this is kind of how you do it.
I mean, when you have ownership like this, scandal, and again, this is why the ownership changeover, I would say, probably of the last decade, where when Paul Allen was alive and was kind of running the NBA ownership group, as it were, most of those owners, even the ones that came in later, they still gave a damn about basketball. The Adelsons and Dumont in Dallas, they don't give a crap about basketball.
No, this is where you actually miss the Buss family.
Like, to an extent, he gave up. Remember, Jerry Buss gave up and risked everything to buy the Lakers. Jerry Jones, as much of a pain in the butt as he is, loves football and loves the Cowboys. You can just go down the list, but as these new owners are coming in, they're not looking at it as like, I want to own this football team, basketball team, baseball team because I love this game or I love this team. They're like, this looks like a good investment.
And that's where some things are getting a little wild. From the Wall Street Journal about Matt Ishbia, the owner of the Phoenix Suns, is reported that he lost $600 million and needed a rescue float. He is a mortgage lender, quote unquote, the America's Mortgage King.
Yeah, United Allied Mortgage.
He used his wealth to buy the Phoenix Suns for $4 billion. And,
which is a then record.
And now that he is losing money, they are worried that he may have to sell the team due to it. And while we can get into that, the question I ask is, that's what's dangerous about selling to these certain people. is how they made their money.
Not only how they made
his
their
money
money,
is
he risked and leveraged his money.
Understood.
And it bit him. But no, you're right to what you're saying here. It's that they open themselves up to volatility, which is when you get to the Mark Walter, Guggenheim, TWG Global, like that stuff, like that might end up being a bigger scandal than the Clippers.
Well, because like you said, with Jerry Buss, okay, puts everything on the line to buy the Lakers, okay? That's real cash. These guys made their money off extremely volatile stuff.
And predatory.
And, well, definitely predatory, but also volatile, like stock market and escrow and hedge fund and all that stuff, dude. Sure, you can hit and peak like a Steve Cohen and buy the Mets, but it sounds like Ishbia's like playing with a little bit of fake money. Like, does anybody really know what Elon Musk is worth? Nobody knows because a lot of it is like, well, it depends on where the stock market is that day.
SpaceX and all
exactly,
of
what those values are, to where I think a lot of those previous owners, the Paul Allens of the world, for example,
Paul Ballmer
had money.
Ballmer has
Ballmer
money.
has money.
Yeah.
These guys have concepts of money.
Yes.
And that is a very dangerous place to be when you're selling franchises at a huge level. Like Bezos just bought into my Liverpool squad. Okay? I don't know how I feel about that. I'm not the biggest Bezos guy in the world. I'm sure that's no surprise to anybody. But I know Bezos has real money. I don't know if Ishbia does. I don't know if Walters does.
This is the thing.
I don't know if Tom Dundon does.
He doesn't.
You know, but I mean, because a lot of their money is so volatile and so fluid and up one day and down the next day.
Dundon is mostly, well, I shouldn't say mostly. He was higher up, like most of his money was more liquid until he bought everything else because he sold off things.
So then that is real money.
But he had to sell off 12% of his stake in the Carolina Hurricanes just to have the money necessary to get to the necessary threshold to own the amount that he does with the Blazers. And guess what? It ain't that much.
Yeah.
$850 million of $4.25 billion. That's not even a quarter, guys. And if you're talking about, he's got $850 million there, another $500 million or $600 million in the Hurricanes, and he's worth $2.5 billion. Do the math. And the thing about Ishbia, and this is what kind of goes over to Walter and the Dodgers owe almost $2 billion over the next decade. You have to have the necessary liquidity to put money into escrow to cover that. That's the whole point. Like the NFL, like the Patrick Mahomes contract. Yeah, it's like, oh, the Chiefs got this great deal with Mahomes, and they stretched out over all this period of time. Guess what? You still got to put money in escrow.
And they did.
They did, but it's like, now all of a sudden is that a limiting factor for them?
Is good.
Yeah, I know, but I'm saying like to be able to do that, you have to have liquidity, and that's the thing. Like when Victor Wembanyama comes up for that contract in year 9, and he can make $100 million going into year 10, and he can make $100 million a year.
Be the first guy ever.
There's maybe 4 teams that can nail that number.
Like you have to have the money to put aside.
New York, Miami,
and Miami's not even in that.
Clippers.
Arison almost lost everything in COVID. Now he's made a bunch of it back for those. He's a cruise line magnet for the guys that don't know. Fertitta with the Rockets, he got crushed too. Like the funny money stuff, man, and the price of franchises, like private equity and VC has to be in it because stuff's selling for $10, $12 billion.
Yankees, Celtics.
And we haven't even talked about it. We pushed that to today or tomorrow, the whole private equity investment in the Yankees, man. Like, you're talking about the Yankees and the Lakers have sold in the last month. That's nuts.
To an extent. Yankees are still owned by Steinbrenners.
Well,
they are. It's an investment.
Okay.
It's an investment.
Let's see what that.
Just saying.
I want to see what that call looks like in a year.
Yeah.
$2 billion coming in. I'm like,
well, Yankees fans have been asking Steinbrenner to spend money for years. He's just not spending his own.
Yeah. No, well, he bought their debt. The PE group bought the debt. I'm like, oh, so what happens when I make calls on that debt? You got cash to go ahead and go into that? Because you're out if you don't.
Couple things I want to read here. Your thoughts on the text line, 503-864-6326, or over on the YouTube chat. In 2 years, Matt Ishbia and Mark Walter have made James Dolan look like a savvy owner. Who would have thought? And that's what I'm kind of saying. Like, be careful of these owners.
Well, Dolan is also cash rich.
Yes, he bought them. His money that he used to buy the Knicks was not volatile.
He also has
real
MSG
money.
properties, and which includes not only the television network but also the Sphere.
And then Bo on the YouTube chat says the one thing I'll give Dundon credit for has always stated winning is the main priority for him. Obviously cares about making money, but the messaging has always been about winning. Now we can debate that from a Tom Dundon standpoint, but I don't hear I never heard Mark Walters say, we're going to win championships. It's like, so proud to be part of the Laker community in the Los Angeles and owning this team and bringing it to bigger and higher levels. You mean making more money. Bob Iger and Josh Kushner are going to do the same thing. Bob Iger is a Knicks fan who became a Clippers fan when he moved to L.A. That guy's not even a Laker fan. Yeah. They're just like, we are so proud to be a part of this Los Angeles community, and we can't wait to get bigger and better things for the Los Angeles Lakers.
Remember, 3 weeks ago, that same ownership group was trying to buy FIFA.
Yes.
Because it's an investment.
You're proud to be a part of the Lakers community to make the Lakers a bigger and better brand so you make more money. I will give Dundon some credit. He may be lying, but at least the message is always about winning. And Ishbia was kind of like that too with the Suns.
Oh, no, he came in and spent a crap ton of money.
Yeah, he's like, I love ball. I went to Michigan State. Don't you know? I was a walk-on for Tom Izzo. Like, everybody knows, buddy.
But if these owners start creating fires where fires don't need to be had, does Adam Silver look around and go, oh, but we have Tom Dundon who really cares about basketball over here? Is that his scapegoat of saying that I bring in these new sets of owners and...
If you're pointing to Tom Dundon, I think you're doing yourself a disservice.
What has Adam Silver continuously done?
I knew you were going to say that. I think
this is Adam Silver we're talking about.
The only thing I think that sale, the Lakers sale, and now the next Lakers sale, and the Celtics sale, I think the only thing they care about, and the Suns sale, I think the only thing they care about is valuation. Mm-hmm. I don't. This whole idea of like vetting and going through all this stuff, who gets what money?
Sign on the dotted line.
Yeah, they're just saying, can we get a group in here that's going to get a valuation to a certain point? I think that's genuinely all they care about.
You know, an interesting thing about this too is remember how scared we all were of Saudi money coming in and buying franchises?
Oh, it's coming.
I know, but Saudis, they put money in their teams. Mm-hmm. Like, look at Man City.
Look at every Premier League team.
When the Saudis bought Man City, they have
every soccer team they have.
They have like 7 Premier League titles and a Champions League, including a treble. Like,
and even on the bad side of it, they went and got freaking Ronaldo. You know what I mean? Like, the Saudi League said, "Hey, Cristiano Ronaldo, here's $200 million." You know what I mean? Like,
right.
They'll put money into stuff. Now, here's the thing about the Saudi money, though. You don't need to question whether it's good or bad. You know what it comes from. You know it's bad.
You know they literally print cash.
Yes, it's like, guys, we know where that money's coming from. And I'll tell you this, too. It ain't funny. It's all real. And that's the allure. And that scares the crap out of me. Because then the soul of the game is gone.
Right. The only thing that scares me more is this team being ranked 15th overall again. College football AP poll was listed. Let's take a palate cleanser. Maybe we'll circle back in the big nooner on this. That's Lowercase with sports.
Now, from the George McCoy at Warren Allen Sports Desk, a Sports Center update on the Fan Sports Network, 105.1 FM and 1080 AM.
First on the Fan, some NFL news for you as veteran safety Jamal Adams will miss the entirety of the 2026 season with a right knee injury. Adams signed with the Vikings on the eve of training camp and went down in the second quarter of the Vikings preseason game versus the Giants in MetLife Stadium. The Arizona Cardinals received a bit of a scare as rookie running back Jeremiah Love is dealing with a high ankle sprain after a high workload in the Cardinals' first preseason game versus the Raiders. Sources told Adam Schefter that Love is unlikely to play the remainder of the preseason. The Dallas Cowboys and potential Hall of Fame pass rusher Von Miller have agreed to a 1-year, $5.5 million deal with a maximum value of $7.5 million. Miller, the Texas native, recorded 9 sacks last season for the Washington Commanders. Over to the pitch as your Portland Timbers fell to the Chicago Fire 2-1 yesterday afternoon. Finn Sermon scoring the lone goal for the Timbers after they conceded 2 goals in the opening 20 minutes, marking the first loss under newly hired head coach Martí Cifuentes. And finally, your Portland Fire took home a nail-biting victory as they defeated the Phoenix Mercury 88-85. Carla Late leading the way for the Fire as she finished with 23 points, 5 assists, and 2 steals in the contest. Fire are back in action this Friday as they travel up north to take on the Toronto Tempo. And for more sports scores and stories in 30 minutes, I'm Lowercase from the George McCoy at Warren Allen Sports Desk. Hurt missing work? Insurance companies acting like jerks? Don't call your mom. Call George McCoy at WarrenAllen.com.
Your home for Seahawks.
Web Jam's coming up next. Everybody's favorite. We do it every single day at 11:45. And coming up in the big nooner, we might circle back in on this NBA ownership situation. There's a little bit of baseball to get into there as well. But the AP poll was released. We want to switch over to college football, give ourselves a little palate cleanser here. Some interesting stuff in this. We'll get to the thing that you and I keep screaming to the heavens about. The most fascinating thing, Danny, that I took from this top 10, real quick, Ohio State 1, Oregon 2, Georgia 3, then Notre Dame, Texas, Indiana, Miami, Texas A&M, Ole Miss, Oklahoma rounds out your top 10.
Otherwise known as the coaches poll, just flipping Ole Miss and Oklahoma.
Basically. The interesting thing that I have in this, and I think it was that way in the coaches poll too, is there's Georgia at 3 with no first place votes. There's Texas at 5 with no first-place votes, yet Notre Dame at 4 has 6, Indiana at 6 has 8. They have 8 first-place votes.
That tells you how far apart people are in Indiana. You're
Exactly.
either in or you're not.
And Miami's got 1.
Mm-hmm.
I think I find that really, really interesting, and I wonder if at the end of the year, Texas and Georgia, by being as level-headed as I guess everybody says they are without being number 1, will work to their benefit.
Well,
Less pressure, I guess.
There's not only that, you also have Ohio State getting, 40? And then the drop to Oregon, they have 12.
14, yeah.
It's like, damn! Like, there's... People
I don't think...
They're that big of a gap?
I don't think the gap is that big between Oregon and Ohio State. And I know Duck Homer alert, blah, blah, blah. But I have real questions about Ohio State. I have less questions about Oregon.
I probably the same.
Ohio State might be more talented, but I have less questions about Oregon than I do Ohio State.
I probably have the same amount of questions.
For both?
For both.
Okay.
I just don't know what the continuity looks like on this Ohio State team because they graduated
Ditto.
so much talent.
Ditto. It's the D-line that I'm curious about.
With
The
that being
defense
said,
Itself, yeah.
what about the year before?
I know. They always do
when they
this.
sent the entire front to the NFL.
I know. They
have
always
the
do
thing.
this. They always
Look,
do this.
I despise that program. They're the currently the best grabber of talent in the country.
Most likely.
As
most
far as
likely.
like the highest end talent.
Who
like,
came out of that first batch of Ohio State?
that whole front four.
I'm just
Chase Young? What are you talking about?
think of name them because other than Chase Young, I can't think of who else.
Oh, and I'm talking about them going to the NFL.
I'm just trying to think of other than Chase Young, who else
God.
went and had successful careers. Because
Successful? Nah.
Well, that I don't know, but they're still going high. They are still acquiring massive amounts of talent. But that leads to the question, which is why Ryan Day, honestly and deserved, gets a little bit of criticism because he's always got the talent. He's always got the talent. And Kirby's going to get this way too if he doesn't rattle one off here in a few years. We've already left Dabo for dead. Okay, we've already left Dabo for dead because in the new world he can't adapt.
Yeah, the year before, Ohio State put 14 players in the NFL in 2025. 14.
Mm-hmm.
And then they came back and they did that last year. That's what I'm saying. Like, I'm not talking about what they do in the NFL. I'm just talking about what they push out each and every year. Currently, there's no better college football to NFL pipeline than Ohio State. Now, what they do in the NFL varies, very much so. But Dirt and I had this argument, last year about Oregon, is the whole idea of like what they were bringing back and what they weren't. And I was like, I think they're going to lose 2. I do.
And they lost 2.
Now, one of those ended up being in the playoffs and very, very, very badly. But
Danny keeps receipts.
but also, like, to Dirt's credit, Oregon did they did replace what they lost. But Ohio State has done this for years, especially under Ryan Day. Like, so if I'm going to give benefit of the doubt of like, well, Ohio State lost some, like, well, Oregon's done this once and Ohio State's done this for 8 years. They just keep doing this.
The number one thing that Danny and I cannot understand or put our wrap our minds around. Look, I can sit here and talk to you about UW and Penn State all I want. The concept of Michigan continuously being ranked in the top 15. They're 16th in the AP poll for my argument.
15th
Whatever.
in the coaches.
Same thing. This I will never understand.
I don't get it.
Everybody has said Bryce Underwood's a bust. Nobody likes him. I mean, are we just putting that much equity in Kyle Whittingham? Look, we are Kyle Whittingham guys on this show. We are very, very pro Kyle Whittingham. That doesn't mean I'm pro the talent that is on Michigan currently.
It's not that I'm against necessarily the talent. I'm just like wondering what it's going to be because, and again, talking about guys that go on to the NFL, they haven't had a shortage of those guys.
No. Michigan collects talent very well.
But when your quarterback, again, is still trying to reinvent the forward pass,
Their program is trying to reinvent
you
the
know what I
forward
mean?
pass.
So it's like I don't know. Like I don't know if I can buy that. Like
You want to talk about J.J. McCarthy again?
No, but again, that team also had Blake Corum.
Yeah.
So it's like you just kind of go down like Michigan's.
Who's the tight end? The guy that's at
Loveland.
Yeah,
Yeah.
in Chicago.
Yeah, they've got dudes. There's no doubt about that. But like how it works.
Aiden Hutchinson.
Yeah, I mean, again, they've got
Dudes.
talent. There's no doubt about that. But like I look at them, I go, that's the 15th best, 16th best team in the country.
You want to play the game?
Yeah.
Let's play the game.
You want to play the game?
Let's play the game.
They open with Western Michigan.
W.
They will host Oklahoma.
Loss.
I'll take that as a loss.
I'll take that.
Then they have UTEP.
Win.
They host 22nd ranked Iowa.
Host Iowa.
Toss up.
I'll give it to Michigan.
I will give it to Michigan as well. They're at Minnesota.
It's a win.
They host number 18 Penn State.
Host. I'll give them a win. No, I won't. I'm gonna take Penn State in that. I'm gonna go with better offense there.
I
think they're losing to Iowa.
I know.
If it's
will out Iowa Michigan in the same way that Michigan wants to Iowa Michigan.
If it's at Iowa, I'm 100% taking Iowa.
Then they host Indiana.
It's a loss.
Then they're at Rutgers.
Win.
Then they host Michigan State.
Win.
Then they're at Oregon.
Nope.
Then they host UCLA.
Oh, UCLA. Okay. That's a win.
And then they're at the Horseshoe.
7 wins.
7 wins. That's the 15th, 16th ranked team in college football?
Yeah. No.
Are they the team in the top 25 at the beginning of the year that falls out?
Yes.
Is there anybody else on this list?
I think you can make an argument for Tennessee, even though I like Tennessee more. I like Heupel.
I would make the argument for Penn State. The problem is that their schedule is doo-doo.
Oh, their schedule's buns. And it's always easy to pick teams that are in the 20 through 25 to have them fall out. But if you're talking about teams that are in the top 20, Michigan's there. Where's SMU at?
SMU is 19.
So they're right on the edge. I think you can say SMU, but their schedule's a little bit easier just because ACC of it all. I'm sticking with Ole Miss. I'm going to stick with LSU. It's against my better judgment, but I'm going to stick with them.
Mine might be Alabama.
I'm not going to go against DeBoer.
Top 10? Anybody in your top 10? I think the easiest one to put money on. It might not work.
It's SEC.
I think the easiest one might be Indiana, honestly. If you're taking that discrepancy, if you're one of those people that doesn't think they're going to do that thing again, that could be your one.
I think Sig's the best coach in college football right now.
But
so
I think it's an SEC. It's an SEC.
It's
probably A&M, Ole Miss, probably one of those teams.
And it's not just because they're further down. It's just because the thing of note to me. Guess what the SEC didn't get? A single first place vote.
Nope, not one.
They're telling you the SEC's deeper, but they're telling you the Big Ten's better at the top, which is something we have said over and over again.
Georgia, Texas, A&M, Ole Miss, Oklahoma, LSU, Alabama.
I would not be surprised
Tennessee,
to see Texas drop out of the top 10.
Missouri. 9 SEC teams in the top 25.
And guess what? They can't be there.
No, they can't.
That's half the conference.
They all play each other.
So as I was saying, it's very easy to be honest, to take 3 SEC teams out, like right now.
Mm-hmm.
Right now.
Well, yeah, Missouri, I think they're going to have a tough run.
Yeah.
Tennessee, they're 20th. I mean, you lose 2 games, you're out.
And I think one of those teams in the top 10, whether it's Ole Miss, Oklahoma, or Georgia, or excuse me, 4, one of the top 4 of the top 10 teams are
I think
SEC.
Texas moves out of the top 10.
Their
schedule is ridiculous.
Their schedule is ridiculous. I think I'm going to ride Oklahoma this year, and I think you all know why.
Yeah, well, let's see how well it's worked out for you. There you go.
I mean, that's why I wear short shorts when you them legs.
Yeah,
man.
bro, let's go.
Okay, so we can add Oklahoma to the list as well.
Anything I like, you know that they'll go down.
Mm-hmm.
You can put it on the board.
John Mateer is now dead.
Yeah, John Mateer was in a 35-car accident.
Yeah, gunned down in his prime.
Gunned down in his prime. Web Gems is next. Everybody's favorite. 105.1 The Fan Sports Network.
The Portland
All right, this is everybody's favorite Web Gems. Do it every single day at 11:45. Coming up in the Big Nooner. Well, let's see. We can get to some Ben Johnson comments, which are always fascinating. I want to talk to you about a baseball player's historic season this year. Yes, I already made some fun of swag for that. Maybe we can talk some more NBA ownership stuff.
No shortage of stupid going around.
Hey, man, I feel better being a Blazer fan right now.
Do you?
I do, yeah, man, compared to those other dudes.
He doesn't have the money to cheat.
But Web Gems comes to you by way of the Los Angeles Angels of Anaheim. There is a new bill being introduced called the Home Run for Anaheim Act. Now, 5 months later, this bill has cleared both House and state legislature without a vote against it, a single vote, which means the governor, Gavin Newsom, will most likely sign it in law. The bill does not mandate the Angels, playing under a Los Angeles name in Anaheim city-owned stadium, revert to the Anaheim Angels name. However, as all sports seek to boost profits by surrounding venues with shops, restaurants, hotels, and other attractions, this bill provides Anaheim with an inducement for the Angels. If the city obtains an exemption from a state law requiring affordable housing to be prioritized in any such development, then the team must be called the Anaheim Angels. And if they don't, Artie Moreno can get out of the lease in 2032 and move the team.
What are we doing?
Yeah, dude.
Oh, no!
Yeah, man.
We suck again!
Because guess what else the Anaheim Angels need? Well, they need a lot of money to update that stadium.
I think it's, other than like the traditional powerhouse, like birthed in baseball lore, Wrigley, Fenway, I believe it's the oldest operating baseball stadium in the league.
Pulling it up right now.
Didn't they have rats in their food court earlier this year?
Dude, Angel Stadium is a dump.
I'm pulling it up.
It is dude, it's the same stadium that I went to as a kid in the 80s. And it was 25 years old then. It was built in 60, wasn't it?
I'm walking through it right now. You said the big ones, so I'm just going to go through the big ones. Fenway is the oldest, 1912. Wrigley, 14. Dodger Stadium, 62. Angel Stadium, 66.
66. It's old as can be. And here's the thing, man. Chavez Ravine is dope. And they've done a lot of renovations around it. And, locality, view, all those kind of things. Look, the parking lot and getting in and out of Chavez, it's just a hellscape. It's absolutely diabolical. There's one way in, one way out, and it's a nightmare. Beyond that, game day experience, great. The view, great. Everything about it, other than being like kind of old-timey and you can't really do a ton to it, great. Angel Stadium, hell on earth.
On April 22nd, 2026, Orange County Health Inspectors shut down a single concession stand, view level section 432 at Angel Stadium after finding rodent droppings in 5 locations and a small ceiling hole. The permit was suspended. The area was cleaned, re-inspected, and cleared to reopen.
It's right there, right off the freeway, smack dab in the middle of everything. So the location part of it's cool. Like when you drive through LA, you see it. Like it's right there. But it's in a part of town. It's not great. It has. You want to talk about like investing in the community and all those things around it? It ain't great, Bob. Like you go through Denver, where the Metroplex is like all off the freeway. You've got Mile High and you've got Coors and everything. It's cool. It's nice. They've redone it. Like that whole area has been redone. That's not Angel Stadium. Angels, like who was it? There was a pitcher like a month ago was like, this is the worst mound in baseball. Like it just went crazy about it. Like it's the Washington Commanders. It's RFK-esque. Like it's crappy.
Mizorowski.
It was Miz, yeah. Miz was like, this is terrible, man. There's nothing like Fenway's old as hell, and you go through there and it's like it's old timey and it has this, and it sucks. But it has
it will flood.
Yeah, but it has its history. Wrigley, not my jam, but the ivy and all, being smack dab in the middle of the city and the streets over the fences and the bleachers, like, I went to old Yankee Stadium. It was crappy, but it has all the nostalgia and everything baked in. There's nothing nostalgic about Angel Stadium. It sucks. It's just a giant cavern.
The next oldest is Kauffman Stadium. Funny enough, they're building a new stadium.
Yeah, weird.
The next is the Rogers Center in Toronto, where they have put a ton of money into that. But that was opened in 89. Chicago, Rate Field was 91. It was Rate Field when it was open. Camden Yards is going to be Camden Yards for a long time.
Dude, we just walked by that in December. Tell me how dope that was.
That place isn't going to change.
No.
They're going to keep Camden Yards there. For funsies, this article also says who has the most home runs in each stadium. Who has the most home runs in Fenway Park? Play a little fun game here.
It's Poppy.
I was
It's not Poppy.
I was the same. I was the same Manny.
Go way back.
Oh, we're going way back.
Go way back.
Oh, is it a Yankee?
No.
Oh.
It is a Red Sox.
Okay.
Probably the most famous Boston Red Sox of all time.
Oh, Babe Ruth.
No. Wow, what a
See what
shot.
I did there?
What a shot at Red Sox fans. No, it's Ted.
Is it Ted? Okay.
It's Ted Williams at 248. Wrigley Field, a contemporary player.
Wrigley. It's not Sammy because
It's Sammy Sosa.
Okay.
Dodger Stadium. This is dated because this is no longer correct.
Is it a Dodger?
It is a Dodger.
Is it Kemp?
No.
Whew.
They have it listed as Eric Karros.
Oh, okay.
Except for I believe he was just passed by a man named Shohei.
Yeah. Already.
Right.
I believe so.
Correct.
Or it's Freddie. I don't remember.
I believe Shohei broke it this past week.
Angel Stadium. Who's the greatest Angel of all time?
Well,
Mike Trout.
It's Mike Trout. Kauffman Stadium.
I know what you're trying to
I
do
know
there.
what
He
he's trying.
played
Did you
in
see
Anaheim.
that? Did you see that? Yeah.
but it's also,
But that was the last time I was in that
Yes.
stadium.
Yes.
that's tough.
Mike Trout has 204 home runs at home.
That place is a canyon.
God, he finds the rock wall. every
Kauffman
time.
Stadium is George Brett.
That's not a surprise.
Rogers Center, Carlos Delgado. Chicago White Sox, Frank the Tank.
Yeah.
Camden Yards, Adam Jones. Mariner legend.
Really?
Progressive Field, Jim Thome. Coors, Todd Helton.
Oh, it's Helton, huh? I would have thought it would have been Larry.
Well, Larry Walker. He
Yeah.
spent a lot of time in Montreal first.
That's true.
Yeah. Well, R.I.P. the Anaheim Angels.
So we're attaching housing to stadium deals now.
Yeah, dude. Also, that old Angels hat slaps.
Angels in the outfield?
Angels in the outfield.
Yeah.
That hat slaps.
Yeah, but I
Move them to Portland. We'll take them.
I just don't understand the idea of
I
attaching.
want a baseball team so bad. I'll take Artie Moreno.
Oh yeah. no, I don't
Mike
want
I would
Trout
have
come
taken
with
the
him?
roster pre-trade
Yes.
deadline.
Yes. Me too.
Give me Joe Adele.
Me too. When we come back, let's get a little more ownership talk in the NBA. Is there any way to solve this problem? One more hour to go. 105.1 FM, 1080 AM.
From the George McCoy at Warren Allen Sports Desk, a Sports Center update on the Fan Sports Network, 105.1 FM and 1080 AM.
First on the Fan, some NFL news for you. As veteran safety Jamal Adams will miss the entirety of the 2026 season with a right knee injury. Adams signed with the Vikings on the eve of training camp and went down in the second quarter of the Vikings preseason game versus the Giants in MetLife Stadium. The Arizona Cardinals received a bit of a scare as rookie running back Jeremiah Love is dealing with a high ankle sprain after a high workload in the Cardinals' first preseason game versus the Raiders. Sources told Adam Schefter that Love is unlikely to play the remainder of the preseason. The Dallas Cowboys and potential Hall of Fame pass rusher Von Miller have agreed on a one-year, $5.5 million deal with a maximum value of $7.5 million. Miller, the Texas native, recorded 9 sacks last season playing for the Washington Commanders. Over to the pitch as your Portland Timbers fell to the Chicago Fire 2-1 yesterday afternoon. Finn Sermon scoring the lone goal for the Timbers after they conceded 2 goals in the opening 20 minutes, marking the first loss under newly hired head coach Martí Cifuentes. And finally, your Portland Fire took home a nail-biting victory as they defeated the Phoenix Mercury 88-85. Carla Late leading the way once again for the Fire. She finished with 23 points, 5 assists, and 2 steals in the contest. Fire are back in action this Friday as they travel up north to take on the Toronto Tempo inside the Rogers Center. And for more sports scores and stories in 30 minutes, I'm Lowercase from the George McCoy at Warren Allen Sports Desk. Hurt, missing work? Insurance companies acting like jerks? Don't call your mom. Call George McCoy at warrenallen.com.
The home of primetime.
Marang, we do this bad boy every single Monday through Friday, 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. Thank you for being a part of our day. We are stoked to be a part of your day. After us, we'll toss it over to Duck Insider from 1 to 2 as we're getting closer and closer to college football season from 1 to 2. And then it's the Fan Happy Hour with Luke Anderson from 2 to 3. And then it's prime time, baby. From 3 to 7, finishing up 13 hours of live local continuous regional sports talk radio. Started with a solo dolo, Andy Dirt Johnson, a dirty swag edition of Dirt and Sprague. If you missed any of those, and if you can't catch them live after us, find them wherever you get yours. Talk a little baseball this hour. What else do we got this hour? A little NFL this hour. Closing arguments as well to send you on your way. But I guess let's get back into this, Danny. I don't know, because this isn't just an NBA issue. I think this could be an issue that could transcend all the sports. Now, it seems to be more prominent in the NBA these days in terms of owners that may not have the legitimacy of money they claim to.
Liquid cash.
Because you can take that any route. Like Mark Walters and Tom Dundon are very, very different people in terms of how they made their money and how much money they have. But you could argue they don't have real money. As a texter said on the text line earlier, maybe the NFL should force all people to buy NBA teams in gold. So that way,
gold standard.
So that way you can prove that you have the money. But this is a problem that I think could find itself in every other league. Now, I'm trying to think off the top of my head, owners in, let's see, because I'm a baseball guy. I'm trying to think owners in baseball that don't have real money. I don't know if they exist, if I'm being honest.
Well, speaking of ownership, and one of the owners we've talked about, Mark Walter is trying to sell his stake in Chelsea.
Oh, yeah. So he's super broke boy now.
Well, they're, again, allegedly, the money that was being wired between multiple firms and washed off to push liabilities and debts to other companies, they're saying he has to basically come up with somehow $24 billion by the end of this year. So
the Dodgers are for sale.
Dodgers come soon.
Yeah, but so for the MLB, you have not necessarily cash poor owners, but guys who put restrictions on the cap and limit spending in terms of payroll. You have John J. Fisher in Oakland, Bob Nutting in Pittsburgh, and then whoever owns the Tampa Bay Rays as well.
The new ownerships of the Rays. Say this again.
Bob Nutting.
No, what about him?
Oh, all of them not necessarily are cash poor, but have historically operated under strict payroll limitations.
Okay. But that's probably because they have real cash and not fluctuating money.
Mm-hmm.
So that's where it gets a little tricky. Like Steve Cohen, you could argue probably had fluctuating cash at some point, but I think he's cashed that in, and that guy's worth real money now.
Like the Blue Jays are owned by Rogers.
Mm-hmm. Correct.
They got cash.
They got real money.
Steinbrenner doesn't have cash.
No, but their money is real.
It is, but it's all tied up in that the same way.
It's not real anymore, but yes.
But it was all tied up in the same way the Buss family was with the Lakers.
Right. Fenway Sports Group, FSG, they have real money.
Yes, but they're also trying to get out of
baseball. Well, I know, but they have real money. And then when you slide over to the NFL, I mean, how many of these teams in the NFL?
Tepper's the richest owner in the NFL right
But
now.
how many of them don't have real money? Like Jerry has real money. Woody Johnson has real money. Jerry's oil.
Mark Davis does not have real money. Mike Brown does not have real money.
No, but notice. Okay. So maybe I'm saying this wrong. It's not that they have a lot of money. It's that the money they have is real. Mark Davis's money is real.
Yeah, but it's
not hedge fund. It's not mortgage loans. It's not
Mark
stock
Davis,
market
Mark Davis,
based.
His wealth is in the team. It's not as.
But that's real money.
But it does have a finite point that isn't that grand, and that's. I don't know what's a worse end to be on. A guy that does have cash in the franchise, like Jerry's that on steroids because the Cowboys print money. The Raiders do too, but Mark Davis doesn't have assets outside of the Raiders. I mean, he does, but not to an extent that matters. Jerry Jones has assets outside of the Cowboys that, like, he had cash going in, even though he did, work with the Teamsters to secure the Cowboys. Wink, wink, nod, nod.
I think I would rather be the Yankees, if we take this private equity thing that they've got going on right now. I think I would rather my owners be the Steinbrenners or the Buss family, who are cash poor, but everything they have is invested in the team, as opposed to somebody like Ishbia or Walter, whose money fluctuates all the time, and we don't really know the true value. Because I said this to you, this happened when I was out.
Especially unless they're diversified. Like
exactly. This happened when I was out, and and when Bob Iger and Josh Kushner buy the Lakers for $12.5 billion, I'm like, Josh Kushner's worth 5.7, and Bob Iger's worth $600 million. Where are you getting this money from?
Yeah.
Now, the Kushner family is a very divisive political situation that I don't need to get into, but I don't know if Kushner has real money. I know Bob Iger has real money, but he only has $600 million. The 5.7, how are you able to come up with this 12.5? And I think a lot of that is because that's fluctuating money.
They're paying that on a valuation. They're not actually spending 12.5. They're actually going to spend about 10.
Right.
Because of the value. The valuation went up from when Walter got it. Because the Buss family's still going to own their 15% or whatever it is. So, but also with this, when you're talking about Kushner's wealth, he's probably going to have to liquidate some of his stocks, and if he does do that and then moves it directly into the franchise, there's tax implications that come along with that, where it gives him a ton of breaks. His value and his net worth is going to go up, which is weird to think about. But the flip side of it, like the Reds ownership group in baseball in Cincinnati, dude's worth like $400 million, $500 million. Like, that's his net worth, and almost all of it is tied up in the franchise. There's maybe some more relatability with that because you can't screw around with it. Do you know what I'm saying? It's the same thing with the Bengals. When they were like, well, we can't pay Trey Hendrickson. It's like, well, you actually can't pay Trey Hendrickson because you don't have the cash. Like,
Phil Castellini is the owner of the Cincinnati Reds. Got that from his Faja.
And again, exactly like Danny says, Phil Castellini's individual net worth is not publicly detailed as a standalone figure, but he's a part of the ownership group whose combined family net worth is tied to the Cincinnati Reds, estimated at approximately $400 million.
Team's worth 1.6.
And to do that, though, he's got to get out. So that means, like, his ability to run operations, you can just go ahead and write. If Shohei Ohtani opts out, you can just write the Reds off right now because they don't have the cash on hand to put the money in escrow.
Well, I think if Shohei were to opt out of that clause he has if ownership changes, you won't be able to defer money. You'd have to pay him up front.
But that's what I'm saying. But even if you give him a 5-year, $500 million deal,
Yeah,
you got to put the cash on hand in escrow. That alone, they don't have the cash to do that. That might scare me more than the guy with funny money.
Yeah.
Because funny money can still liquidate.
Yeah.
You can still, like, Ishbia's in trouble because his funny money got hit hard in the stock market. Hard. Like, he didn't just lose the $600 million. He got, I believe it was a downgraded rating as well. So that impacts not only the short term with the cash or liquid side of it, but it also damages his future. Mm-hmm. So all of a sudden, you're looking around going, ooh, that's where a guy like Ballmer or Cohen or Paul Allen or those guys, they cashed out. And then they had, massive amounts of actual true wealth, but then they also still have diversification that allows them to keep propagating and pushing that money further and further and further, which to an extent is kind of what you see with Musk and Bezos as well.
Mm-hmm. How much instability does it create if Mark Walters has to sell? And like, what if Kushner and Iger get in the same situation and they have to sell, and your team is constantly a revolving door?
Leagues don't want that.
Well, I know leagues don't want that, but what is the short-term effect to the fans and the ticket holders and the TV deals?
I don't think it's an effect on that as long as the properties stay relevant. Like we're talking about Walter, the Dodgers, the Lakers, and Chelsea.
Yeah, as long as Shohei plays for the Dodgers, Luka plays for the Lakers,
doesn't even matter.
Everything will be okay.
Doesn't even matter the name on the back. As long as the property itself, it's like the Dodgers and Lakers, you can make an argument as being, if not number one, the number 2 brand in their sport.
Oh, yeah, easily.
Historically.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, Yankees, Dodgers.
Yeah. So
Yankees, Dodgers, Red Sox, Cubs, in some order.
Yeah, and Lakers, Celtics.
Yes.
Like you can make the argument that those are the Dodgers.
Maybe Knicks 3.
No,
maybe
no.
Celtics,
Lakers. It's Lakers, Celtics, and
Sonics.
Everyone else.
Yeah.
Like there's a pretty steep drop off after that. And Chelsea in the last 30 years, like that's a staying power brand. It's a London soccer team. Mm-hmm. So you've got
Abramovich put all that money in and made them good.
But you're talking about London and LA. Like how many major market centers in the world are higher up the pecking order than that?
There aren't many.
So those properties are going to have staying power, but the flip side of that is the volatility, because if there is volatility, what is that going to do to valuations? I can tell you right now, it's not going to keep driving them up.
Right.
And if you're talking about a bubble, I think that might be a bubble, and I think that's why you might have seen there's a twofold answer to this as far as why I think the mom and pops have gotten out of this. One is the cash necessary to keep operations going into the future, and 2, cashing out at the right time. We might be running up against the end of sports valuations. For the last 20 years, all they've done is gone up and up and up and up and skyrocket. When the Blazers were originally kind of going up with the thought of, when Paul passed away and everybody knew that they would eventually need to be sold, at that point in time, you were probably thinking the Blazers would sell for $2 billion.
Right.
And Phil Knight made that offer. And
made the low ball.
And they said, nope. And they ended up selling for $4. The Portland Trailblazers sold for $4.25. Let's say Dundon says, you know what, I don't like any of this, and he decides to flip and get out of this. Would it shock you if he sold the team for $5?
No, it wouldn't.
Again, $5 billion valuation. He would get out basically 20% of that.
Mm-hmm. Make money, that's an ROI.
Think about it. If he put $850 million in and he gets $1 billion out of it, flipping for $150 million, that ain't bad.
For a bunch of people to yell at you for 2 years. It's not a bad gig.
It's a pretty damn great investment.
Winning a Super Bowl isn't enough for this head coach. This is what they want to accomplish in the NFL in 2026. Some lofty, lofty goals. We'll switch over to the NFL. 105.1 The Fan. Binary Brewing and The Fan have teamed up for the only Fan IPA available for a limited time. Taste The Fan with Binary Brewing's signature West Coast IPA. Go to Binary Brewing's Beaverton location and ask them about their only Fan. So good. Only The Fan and Binary Brewing can pull it off. I've got the Centennial Mills building demolition live stream from K2 News up right now. It looks like, dude, I think they might be taking the water tower off and saving it.
I got nothing. Where are you watching this at?
It's the building that was on fire down the street that has the water tower on top. So they're supposed to tear it down, and they got a live feed on it. I think they're trying to remove the water tower and save it.
The owner's sitting there going, "Why?"
That was my best asset. Why did you do that?
No, he wants it torn down. I think we all want it torn down.
I think it needs to get torn down. Did you hear there's human remains in there?
No way. The meth fire ended up in somebody dying? Shocking.
You've got 31 other teams coming to training camp saying, our goal is to win the Super Bowl. I want more than that. I want to have the highest scoring offense ever, which happens to be the 2013 Denver Broncos. I know how many points per game they scored, which is 37.9, and I want to surpass them. I want shutouts. I want blowouts. That is head coach of the Chicago Bears, Ben Johnson.
I mean,
you want blowouts. You want shutouts.
I don't, again, I kind of like this.
It's talking.
It's not just that. It's not just result. It's process. I want my process to be, I want to whoop you. I want to go in. I want to be 2003, 2004, 2005 USC. I don't want to just come in there. I want to stomp a mud hole in you. I want to do it with style. I want to do it with pizzazz. I want to look good doing it. I like that. If we're getting back to the ethos, the identity of sports, I want more of this.
Yeah, why not? Broncos were the biggest points per game score total in NFL history. That's 2013. Peyton Manning was the MVP that year, 37.9. The 2007 Patriots, 36.8. They lost the Super Bowl to Eli Manning that year, I believe. The Chiefs in 2018 is 35.3. I believe they won the Super Bowl that year. The Packers in 2011 at 35. I believe they won the Super Bowl that year as well.
2011 would have been Indianapolis, New Orleans. So 2012 would have been.
Okay. So they did not win the Super Bowl that year. That's Brett Favre's last year in Green Bay, is it not?
The 2011 Super Bowl was Green Bay.
Okay. 2012 Patriots, 35.8. Vikings in 98. Saints in 2011. Redskins in 83, Falcons in 16, Rams in 2000, greatest show on turf. Dude, all those teams are in the history books. You want to be known for something.
When your offense is that good, as much as we talk about balance and all those kind of things, when your offense is that good, there's a pretty straight causation line that you can draw.
Yeah, my only issue is I don't think this offense can be that good. And that's not me hating on Caleb. I know I hate on Caleb a lot. But, dude, when we're talking about the 2007 Patriots, they had two tight ends who were Hall of Famers. Okay, Julian Edelman, Randy Moss. Like, I don't see this Bears team having that. I think Rome Odunze could be a nice wide receiver. You know, I love their tight end room. Caleb has got the chance to be better than I ever thought he would be. Dude, they ain't Patrick Mahomes in 2018 Chiefs.
If Ben Johnson was able to take what Eric Bieniemy had in the offensive running game and establish that this year without Bieniemy, without the leader of the room in running ability, I don't see it happening. I have a lot of faith that Ben Johnson's going to do well. I don't see them having the pot that they had last year.
Yeah, I love putting the expectation down there. I love flaunting your chest and saying we're going to be the best one out there. I just don't know if you have the roster for it.
I mean, I think they've got potential to be very good.
Oh, I agree.
Where is the hole in that team offensively? They've got very good wide receivers. They've got a very good tight end.
Got a great running back room, although I don't know how much they'll use it this year.
Caleb holds onto the ball too much.
Yeah, it's probably Caleb, honestly.
And if that's the biggest question you have, we've also seen how explosive he can be.
Right, because Swift and Monongai, that's a nice running back room. I don't love the wide receiver room. and that's not me pooping on a UW wide receiver.
It is.
That's just me not loving it. I love Colston Loveland. I think he's fantastic.
But they are very undersized at the receiver position.
Mm-hmm.
That's all. That's all. And Caleb's got to take a step. And again, he might. I don't want to just poo-poo him the whole time, but he's got to take that step. I am going to. He holds on the ball too long.
What level does he have to get to for you to not poo-poo him?
Look, he is fully capable of 4,000 yards.
Mm-hmm.
He's fully capable of 35 and 10, 35 tuds, 10 interceptions. For me, it's just when I watch him. It's like the Anthony Richardson thing. Like everybody was like, oh, this guy had a great preseason. I'm like, well, I saw him skip 2 checkdowns and then fumble the ball.
Caleb Williams is really good in the fourth quarter.
I need to see Caleb Williams.
Quarters 1 through 3 is where I have the biggest issue.
This probably isn't fair. I need to see it. And I don't know what it is yet. But I don't see it.
How did you not see it in the playoffs?
Because I see a lot of hesitation. I see a lot of...
He has 2 of the best playoff passes and completions in the history of the game.
No.
Yeah, I don't know about that.
In the playoffs?
I don't know about
That's a
that.
guzzle.
Yeah.
That's a guzzle.
Oh,
yeah,
dude.
I don't know about that.
Get that.
Rolling back 40 yards, falling back away, throwing it in the back corner of the
Santonio
end zone.
Holmes existed for a reason. The greatest postseason of all time. Stop it. Stop it.
No,
I know you love your boy.
No,
That Super Bowl catch was really
I'm not
nice.
talking.
You said greatest postseason of all time.
No. I said postseason throws. Throws. He has 2 of the best postseason throws of all time.
Again, no.
Okay. Both of those are absolutely out of this world.
I'll take Matthew Stafford's deep ball against the sideline to Cooper Kupp over that one in the NFC Championship, and I'll take Big Ben's throw over 3 defenders to Santonio in his Super Bowl.
That's a great throw.
That
That's a great throw.
I didn't say it was the 2 best. I said 2 of the best.
Give me Eli Manning to David Tyree.
Oh,
I'll take Eli to Plaxico in the back.
Ooh,
Ooh,
I like,
that's a good
I like
one.
that Plaxico one.
That's a good one. But I mean, like when again, like the it factor, that's the thing that sells me on Caleb.
Well, the ceiling is nuts.
Like that's what I'm saying. Like
the ceiling on Caleb is fantastic.
When you say you don't know if you've seen it, I'm like, bro, what? That's the thing that makes him. It's when he's not it. That's the problem. His it is through the roof. That's what makes Mahomes special.
This texter, how can they be number 1 offense with a B- quarterback, C+ wide receivers, B- running backs, and I'll give them a solid A tight ends? I'll believe it when I see it.
Ooh, wait, he said what for running backs? B-?
B-.
Yeah, what are they, A's?
I wouldn't go B-.
DeAndre Swift couldn't do it by himself, so that's why you have Kyle Monungai, and Kyle Monungai
can't do it
came
by
out
himself
of
either.
Nowhere.
Yeah.
That's fair. The consistency is definitely not there. But again, I like this from Ben Johnson.
I do too.
Let him hang a little bit.
No, I like it from Ben Johnson. I think he has the mind to make it happen. Does he have the staff? The tools to make it happen? That I don't know.
I don't think they're going to by any order of magnitude, any means or anything like that. But I like the audacity.
They're going to fall into the same issue that the Green Bay Packers fell into a few years ago, whereas we don't have enough pieces to surround Jordan Love with. What do we do?
Right. I think it might be that same situation. An interesting thing in Major League Baseball going on at Chavez Ravine. The greatest performance of all time, according to stats. There's lowercase with sports.
Now, from the George McCoy at Warren Allen Sports Desk, a Sports Center update on the Fan Sports Network, 105.1 FM and 1080 AM.
This sports update is brought to you by Big's Chicken. Try their smoked and fried wings, tossed with a perfect dry rub, and served with a trio of killer sauces. Menus at bigschicken.com. First on the Fan, some NFL news for you, as veteran safety Jamal Adams will miss the entirety of the 2026 season with a right knee injury. Adams signed with the Vikings on the eve of training camp and went down in the second quarter of the Vikings preseason game versus the Giants in MetLife Stadium. The Arizona Cardinals received a bit of a scare as rookie running back Jeremiah Love is dealing with a high ankle sprain after a high workload in the Cardinals' first preseason game versus the Raiders. Sources told Adam Schefter that Love is unlikely to play for the remainder of the preseason. The Dallas Cowboys and potential Hall of Fame pass rusher Von Miller have agreed on a one-year, $5.5 million deal with a maximum value of $7.5 million. Miller, the Texas native, recorded 9 sacks last season playing for the Washington Commanders. Over to the pitch as your Portland Timbers fell 2-1 to the Chicago Fire yesterday afternoon. Finn Sermon scoring the lone goal for the Timbers after they conceded 2 goals in the opening 20 minutes, marking the first loss under newly hired head coach Martí Cifuentes. And finally, your Portland Fire took home a nail-biting victory as they defeated the Phoenix Mercury 88-85. Carla Late leading the way once again for the Fire as she finished with 23 points, 5 assists, and 2 steals in the contest. Fire are back in action this Friday as they travel up north to take on the Toronto Tempo inside the Rogers Center. And for more sports scores and stories in 30 minutes, I'm Lowercase from the George McCoy at Warren Allen Sports Desk. Hurt missing work? Insurance companies acting like jerks? Don't call your mom. Call George McCoy at warrenallen.com.
Sports Saturday with Joe Fisher.
Closing arguments coming up next to send you on your way. Just got notice. Timbers Fan tomorrow from 7 to 8. We will have Marty Cifuentes on the program.
Well, look at that.
new manager of the Portland Timbers. So tune into that
At least somebody's communicating with somebody.
tomorrow at 7 p.m. Yeah, Merritt Paulson and the crew over there, thanks to my peeps Colin and Jill over there.
Oh, you're not getting AI service? Over here trying to get stuff finalized for the wedding.
Oh, I thought you were talking about Blazer stuff. I was like, this franchise, we communicate with each other.
No, just that.
I saw you on the phone during the break. Just saw the eyes roll to the back of the head.
I went to the bathrooms and I told them that way you can swear in here in peace.
I hate nothing more than AI customer service. Get me to where I need to go.
It's pretty
I
brutal.
always want to talk to a person. I never want to talk to AI. I don't care if AI can solve it. I don't care. Get me to a person.
I don't care if the person is all the way in Antarctica.
Get me on the phone.
phone.
Get me on the phone with a freaking person. Because the AI one's like,
representative.
are you sure this is what you want to do? Yes, I'm sure. I am 100% positive of the action that I want to take.
Woosah.
And then it's like, we're going to transfer you to the correct department. Then I spent the next 3.5 minutes in the commercial break.
You're not listening to the woosah, Dave.
No, it's not working because I spent 3.5 minutes on dead air because it never actually transferred me.
Uh-oh.
Easy ride.
Well, welcome back to the program, ladies and gentlemen. Glad to have you along. Happy little Monday.
Put it on the ball.
Happy little Monday. I did say a Mooney. Show me the Mooney this weekend.
God, he's good.
That thing was a bomb.
He's good.
Some interesting thing about baseball. Let me tell you these road splits right now. This is awesome. Like, I can read this on my computer. Like, I can see
How is that helpful?
It's pretty amazing. On the road, this player has a batting average of 275, on-base percentage of 371, slugging of 469. That makes the OPS 840. At home, since the pitcher's mound was lowered in 1969, the only MLB hitter to have an 85-game home span with these stats, an average below 182, on-base below 288, slugging below 266, and at least 338 plate appearances, that would be $40 million man Kyle Tucker for the Los Angeles Dodgers. This dude stinks at home.
Move this man.
He stinks so bad that Dave Roberts sent him home.
Is it better to just stink at home or is it better to be Cal Raleigh and just stink?
Ooh, well, Cal
didn't just get a big old payday.
Yeah, Cal is still valuable because Cal catches games.
Yeah.
Cal's not deferred for the next 10 years either.
Yeah. It's a funny thing. You saw this when Swag was in before we started our show. If I'm a Dodger fan, this is concerning to me. I think the Dodgers have a lot of holes. Now, that rotation is stuff only like the Yankees of the 90s have had or the Braves of the 90s have had. But there's a lot of holes in this team, and that gives me the bright optimism that they won't just be the shoo-in to win the World Series.
Their champagne problems are starting to... The bubbles are getting a little flat.
That's a great way to put it. Yeah, their champagne problems are starting to become kind of real problems, and now their outfield is kind of a disaster. Andy Pages in center is the only thing you can believe in because Kyle Tucker and Wright is having a disaster year. Teoscar Hernandez is not great this year.
I just watched Kyle Tucker drop a pop fly after going over the entire
Did
day.
you see that? Yeah, dude.
That's really rough.
They're starting to boo him in the outfield.
Here's the thing, though. It can all turn on a dime.
Oh, yeah.
We know what baseball is. It can just flip.
And lucky for Kyle Tucker, he can be as awful as he is right now. And how many games ahead of the next team are they?
Yeah.
How far ahead of first place are they?
Let's see.
Because I believe the Braves also are right next to them. But
But that's the thing is like because this is what we talked about when
the Dodgers are 74-51. The Braves are 74-50.
So half a game.
Even with that, your division, you're fine. Like, so if you're the Dodgers, though,
Oh yeah, they've got a 7-game lead on the Padres.
Again, you've won 70 games. It's not September.
no. And you look at the Dodgers, and Tucker can struggle like this because you've got Betts, because you've got Freeman, because you've got Shohei. Teoscar could find it. Tucker can find it. Will Smith can go. Like, it's not like
Max Muncy can go.
That's what I mean. Like, all you have to do.
I made a nice home run the other night.
One guy flips, and all of a sudden it just turns into this monster that rolls downfield, right?
Yeah.
It's just, I don't want to say it's much ado about nothing because they have 4 series losses this month. It's the most they've had this year. But it's like, let's see what they are in September.
It's much ado about nothing in terms of the Dodgers.
Yes.
But in terms of Kyle Tucker himself,
I think it's
the
big
biggest
problems.
red flag.
Yeah.
Yeah. This is not important, but it just shows how much I've been paying attention. He is a giant future piece on my fantasy team. I traded Ronald Acuna Jr. for him.
Yeah, how's that working out for you?
I mean, fine, they both suck. So that's okay, but I've been watching Kyle Tucker all year, and it's starting to...
Baseball's weird.
Me and some of my friends have been... Like me and my good buddy Todd, we've been talking about this a lot when it comes to Kyle Tucker. Is Kyle Tucker good? Or do we all just love the idea of Kyle Tucker?
I think the value for him, because I think there's not a lot of valuable right fielders who...
He's Gold Glove caliber right field.
Again, a Gold Glove guy who can rake when he's up. Like when he's hot, he can rake. And that's really valuable at the right field.
The thing about it is, this is baseball in a nutshell, is like it ebbs and flows.
Sure. But
I'm not worried about Kyle Tucker until Kyle Tucker falls off the wagon for 2 years. We did this to a larger extent with Bellinger.
Sure.
Bellinger's fine.
I think Bellinger might be a better player than Kyle Tucker.
But you understand what I'm saying? Like
I do.
You can have these swoons in your career that you can come back from.
Now,
that's baseball for everybody who's not a first ballot Hall of Famer.
Now, a 30 home run, 100 RBI guy, which Kyle Tucker was in 22 and 23, and only 29, but you know what I mean? That's still 30-ish.
Yeah.
That is the kind of player we think Kyle Tucker is. In 2024, he played 78 games because he was hurt, 23 and 49. In 25, he played 136, 22 and 73, and this year he's played 117. And it's not even really because of injury; it's because he gets sat a lot, and he's got 11 home runs and 54 RBIs.
But for the Dodgers, it doesn't matter.
Well, I know, but in the reality, though, to what Casey was saying with Kyle Tucker is why we fell in love with him in Houston, and then Chicago paid Cam Smith for him, which turns out to be okay. Cam Smith's a pretty average baseball player, but was a high prospect. Kyle Tucker, to me, is just this player that everyone thinks is going to be a Shohei, Aaron Judge type player, and he's just not.
Well, I think,
and he makes $40 million a year.
I think that's part of the argument when we talk about, well, this guy's not the best, and so all of a sudden they become buns. And I'm not saying that he's playing good enough right now to justify any criticism that's going against him or not going against him. But I also think it's like NBA side of things. Like, well, this player isn't LeBron James, so they're buns. It's like, whoa, they're still really good.
The issue is that during the offseason, Kyle Tucker was ranked the number 3 right fielder in all of baseball.
Without a doubt.
Ahead of Corbin Carroll, Ronald Acuna Jr., Fernando Tatis, Seiya Suzuki, George Springer, Mike Trout, and Wilyer Abreu. All those guys are having better seasons.
Except for Springer, yeah. I would take all those guys over him.
And Springer adds more value to that Toronto lineup than Tucker adds to this Dodgers lineup.
Yeah, as far as importance of who you have to rely on, yeah, for sure. I don't know, man. I look at that and I just go, let's see in September.
Sure.
I think he's earned the benefit of the doubt in that.
Because
am I wrong?
He can still be immortalized in Dodger history if he hits a base hit in the World Series and that ends up scoring an RBI and all of a sudden they win by 1.
And he can come back next year and be 90% of what he was, and you're still like, so he's a 24 and 80 guy.
But is it crazy to think that of all the offseason moves that were made, and the Dodgers, again, they're great in the offseason, they just made a bad move here?
Eventually you're going to get bit.
And that's not crazy because if you're going to get bit in one season when you're winning 72 games,
you can take it.
That's
to Danny's point, they can take it.
You can deal with that.
This isn't the Brewers, right? Where if they decide to spend some money in a blow, or your Guardians. If Kyle Tucker is on the Guardians and you spend you spend $40 million on him, and he does this, oh buddy.
Oh dude, oh man, we're dead.
Not only that, your owner's never spending money again.
No.
Never spending money again.
Good enough. Good thing, though. Chase DeLauder, who is qualified enough to be in this stat, has a higher OPS than Kyle Tucker by almost 100.
And he's making probably, $39 million less?
Yes. Yeah. If of those that qualify, Kyle Tucker is the 3rd worst right fielder in baseball in terms of OPS.
Sure.
Cam Smith is right below him, which is hilarious because they were traded for each other, and Joe Adele.
And what's his win over replacement?
Wins over replacement. Let's see here.
Stolen 4 times.
No, it's okay. It's okay. It's popping up here. Kyle Tucker is currently at .3.
That's not good, Bob.
The kid Baez has played 2 games for the Cardinals and has as much WAR as him.
Well, when you get 3 jacks and 3 at bats,
Wilyer Abreu is a 5.1, Corbin Carroll 4.7, Seiya Suzuki 4.1. James Wood is only a 3.8. He's having a massive year.
Mm-hmm.
Jordan Walker 3.6, Jack Caglione
But
3, Chase DeLauder 2.6.
James Wood plays historically
in center field.
That's
correct.
Been pretty good for the Nationals.
Correct. It's a worrisome thing, that's for sure. And if you're Kyle Tucker, don't opt out. Take the $40 million next year, buddy.
Thank you.
And hopefully that figures out and you sign a fat deal. Because I love Kyle Tucker. I want him to be good. But I'm starting to wonder, do I just want him to be good or is he good? And that's the question to solve.
You're shade
at a later
sharpening
date.
it.
Yes, big time. We come back, closing arguments. This next new news in NBA ownership because it just keeps coming. That's Danny on Patrick, 105.1 The Fan and the Fan Sports Network.
The biggest.
All right, that's going to do it for us. Closing arguments are brought to you by Oregon Divorce Mediation Services, presented by our friends at Leskin Law. For more information, visit leskinlaw.com. Coming up on the program tomorrow, we assume some deets will surface out from the Blazers as they will meet with the city today. Which reminds me, I got to change the number behind us because there's been no bad news.
There you go.
Yet.
Yeah.
They are meeting today. Do you know anything about, like, structure or what they're doing? But they're meeting today.
Yes.
So hopefully some stuff will leak out about that tomorrow, and we can circle back on that. We should
I'll try and check in and see what I can find out.
Should have Dave Bartu on the show tomorrow again to
That's
talk a
the
little
plan.
college football. We could talk some Seahawks as they lock up Devin Witherspoon. There's some more NFL stuff. Jerry does not regret trading Micah Parsons and compares it to Herschel Walker. Okay.
Well, I mean, they made out in that one pretty well.
They did make out in that one pretty well. Free consultation Tuesday as well. A little bit of things to get to before we get to closing arguments. Let's see here. Liv canceled their last event for the tour this year. They've got Indy this weekend, I believe, but they canceled their Michigan stop, so adios on that.
Pack it up.
Pack it up. We are toast on that. Scotty Scheffler dominated over the weekend. He's going to win the FedEx Cup, which is more cool from the financial standpoint.
It's a lot of money.
It's a lot of money. Like, I know the majors are cool, but I'll tell you what. If you win 0 majors and win the FedEx Cup,
you're fine.
You're doing just fine.
Isn't one like $20 million now?
I know the purse for yesterday's tournament was $22 million, but I don't know what first place was because I was watching for a little bit last night or yesterday afternoon.
Let me see. Let's see. Season-long FedEx Cup bonus and playoff pool offers $100 million. Let's see. Top 10 finished pool is $20 million.
Each?
No.
The pool is 20 for the top 10.
Yeah.
So you're doing well. You're doing real well.
You're
doing real well.
Crazy.
Major League Baseball, let's see. Anything of good to watch tonight? Shane McClanahan coming off the DL right now for Tampa. They're hosting Baltimore. Framber Valdez on the bump for Detroit. They are surging right now. They're in Pittsburgh. Walker Buehler, Nolan McLean. You got to be a sicko like me to want to watch that game. Shota Imanaga for the Cubs as they'll take on Luis Castillo of the White Sox. A little windy series right there. Blake Snell back on the bump tonight for the Los Angeles Dodgers as they are in Colorado. Funny thing, the AL East, they are all in control of the playoffs right now in the American League.
I mean,
Rays are in first, and the 3 wild cards are Yankees, Red Sox, and Orioles. The Orioles sold, and they're in the playoffs. Blue Jays are a game behind.
I mean, the AL's going to AL.
It is weird. The AL's always been super dominant to me, and
they're not.
Not this year.
No.
That's for sure. Although I do think Tampa can win the World Series.
Sure. One team can.
Closing arguments today is brought to you by...
Why do this to me?
I do think they... Closing arguments comes by way of NBA ownership, as this just came across the wire, as Jeannie Buss and the Buss family have decided to sell off their remaining stake. This is from Shams. The Buss family has decided to sell its remaining 17.8% ownership stake in the Los Angeles Lakers to new majority owners Josh Kushner and Bob Iger, sources tell ESPN. The Buss family trust, composed of siblings Jeannie, Jim, Johnny, Janie, Joey, and Jesse. Come on, guys. Give me a break here. Received majority
All children
votes.
of Jim.
Give me a break. Alliteration is not always awesome. Received majority votes to allow trustees to execute the sale. It required 4 of 6 votes to enact the tag-along provision of Mark Walter's sale to Kushner and Iger, which valued the Lakers at $12.5 billion. You did the math. They're going to collect
basically $2.25 billion.
$2.25 billion
on top of what they got from Walter
to
buy the 83% stake.
The Buss family did quite well in this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They turned the Lakers were originally purchased, I think, for $60 million, if I remember right. So from $60 million to $12.5 billion.
Does that make this team 100% owned by Kushner and
Yes.
Iger? Wow.
There will be like somebody somewhere who owns like
2%.
Not even that.
Like the Niners.
7.5 is
Yeah.
what he bought it for in 1979.
Like the Niners guy who owned like half a percentage of the Niners, but now
like-
owns the Seahawks.
Like when I talk about Blazers ownership group, like Melinda, the Gates daughter has money in the Blazers ownership group.
Okay,
but we're
interesting.
talking like probably like, I would love to have this, but probably like $10 million. You know
Yeah.
what I mean, like it's money, but it's or $5 million, whatever like minimum percentage you can buy in. It's like when NFL players buy into a team and they
it gets
buy,
you
like,
first place to buy tickets wherever you want.
like Richard Seymour has like a 0.1% stake in the Raiders.
Okay.
Like those kind of things exist. But
What a name drop.
Richard
Good old
Seymour?
Richard Seymour.
I love Richard Seymour.
But yeah, it doesn't like those kind of things exist all over sports. Like little like, hey, I'm a part owner in this. It's like, yeah, okay, cool, but you don't actually have any say. You're just collecting basically your dividend check at the end of the year, which great, cool. I mean, it's good for you. But also, remember when the Lakers sold to Walter and I said, yeah, remember they're like, no, Jeannie Buss is here for the long haul and she's still going to be the face of the franchise and she's still going to be a governor. I go, check with me in a year. We didn't even make it a year.
Dude, we didn't make it 2 months.
No. I'm talking
yeah,
Walter.
when Walter, yeah.
That was 10 months ago.
Yeah.
There was no way, shape, matter, or form That somebody's going to come in and buy that much and allow that to continue to happen.
Well, I also think that part of that too is also the people that Walter sold it to. Bob Iger ran Disney for decades.
But even then, it's like...
But he would easily be a face for the Lakers because he was a face for Disney for a long time.
I don't even think it's that. I think it's more of... I think Walter would have eventually done the same thing. All right, Jeannie, it's time for you to go.
Oh, I agree.
Like, I don't think it was ever going to make it past a year.
But I don't know.
don't believe that.
But I don't know what Mark Walter looks like.
Sure.
So to me,
that's on purpose. He's always operating in the back.
But we all know what Jeannie looks like. So that's why she was going to hold on for a little while.
I mean, it's like...
But Bob Iger, I know what that guy looks like.
Guess he would have come back to the Lakers. Mr. Smiles himself. Magic.
Oh, that's true.
Who's the face of the Dodgers?
Magic Johnson.
It's Magic would have come back and been the face of the Lakers. That's what would happen.
Without a doubt.
So, when you look at that part of it,
it's funny is I know what
Mr. Laker. Yeah.
I know what Frank McCourt looks like. I don't know what Mark Walters looks like.
He looks exactly like you think he looks.
Really?
Yes.
All right, I'm going to look it up.
He looks exactly like you think he looks. Like it's.
For some reason, I thought he was a black man.
Central casting. Central casting. There's nothing. There's no S.
Mark Walters is a black soccer player.
Yeah, no. Mark Walter.
Mark Walter.
Yes.
Yeah, this is an old gray-haired dude. Looks like a CEO.
Does he not look like he's straight out of Central casting?
Yes.
Yeah. No, there's nothing about that. So, also, Jeannie's sitting there looking at that investigation. Go, let me go and get my money and go and get out of here.
Okay, say bye. Pay no attention to the man behind the curtain.
So yeah, and again, we were talking about like the money getting involved in this stuff. The mom and pops, like you're just not liquid enough. You're just not liquid enough, man.
I don't know if they're going to take this tower off the Centennial Mills building.
Mm-hmm.
But there's a live look.
Let's just take the
demolition
freaking building down.
Well, I know, but I want him to save the water tower.
Why?
Because it makes me feel good, Danny.
I don't.
Because it's in my feels. Put it on top of the Moda Center.
Look, I'm not trying to sit out here and make everything like millennial gray coded. Like we don't need to do that. We don't need any more of that architecture. Please, we don't need that.
No, we don't.
But it's also like something burns down. We can. It's okay to let it go.
Save the water tower. Save the water tower!
Look, if the Portland, Oregon deer sign goes down, let's rebuild that. Let's save whatever we can of that. Otherwise, we're good.
Water tower would have been real helpful during the fire.
Yeah, it worked real well.
That is true.
You tap on it, ding, ding, ding. It's bone dry, Bob.
It's the cow that you've been milking too much. Closing arguments are brought to you by Oregon Divorce Mediation Services, presented by our friends at Leskin Law. For more information, visit leskinlaw.com. Oregon Divorce Mediation Services, the alternative to divorce court. Happy little Monday. Thanks for riding with us. For Danny Marang, that's Casey Smith. I'm Patrick Harris. Go do something I would do.
Bye.